Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, no Cody McClure. Wait. Don't turn the dial. We still got Sam Beard, and we still got Bad News Bubba. We'll still have us a Friday. You ain't got to leave just because the big guy ain't here. The star of the show. We'll be fine. We'll still talk sports and other things. Bubba's got the damn guns out. I'm scared. Looking over there. Looks like he wants to whip some ass. Bubba.
I always do, brother.
Top of the morning to you. When you look like that, you get to skip Sam in the line.
You can't do that to Sam 2 days in a row, man.
It's already happened. You've already started talking, brother.
Skip over a sponsor, too, while you're at it. I mean, I'm wearing sponsored outfits here.
Well, we need to get on the phone with our boy Todd from Inward Half, and we need to
sleeveless hoodies.
Yeah, we need to tell him, hey, there might be an untapped market
Honestly.
here.
We'd have Bubba just buying up our whole supply.
Is Inward Half in the vest market yet?
We've got vests.
Maybe we just bring Bubba a vest and let him just rock the
Sleeveless
guns
vest,
out under that.
Attach a hood to a vest.
Did you just get back from the gym, Bubba, or you just woke up and chose violence this morning?
I woke up and chose violence, brother.
He's got to kick some ass at 11:05.
All right. You got a schoolyard fight you got to get to afterwards?
No, I hope not.
Okay. Well, sun's out, guns out for my boy Bad News Bubba. It's going to be bad news for somebody. I'll tell you that much. Sam, top of the morning to you. How are you, my friend?
Top of the morning. Doing pretty good. Excited for this weekend. Got a couple things planned. Got some golf. There's an ice cream festival in town that I'm so fired up for.
Wait. There's a what?
Ice cream festival.
An ice cream festival?
Yeah.
Where at?
World's Fair Park.
Okay. That's interesting.
It sounds like it's just going to be a whole bunch of vendors, and I'm hoping for whole lot of free ice cream. And I'll pay for the ice cream too if it's not free, but I'm going to be free samples guy, just going up to every ice cream truck in town. I'll take that. Oh, that's good. I'll take that.
Interesting. What day is it? Saturday?
Saturday.
I got a wedding.
Damn. They should have planned that wedding around this.
I'm unsure how I'd feel at an ice cream festival. I love ice cream.
How long does the wedding go till?
It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one.
Couldn't catch a little scoop or double scoop at the tail end of the night?
No. I'd have a chance of doing it before, but I don't want to go get ice cream all dressed up. Plus, I mean, I love ice cream. I truly do.
Oh, it's from 11 to 6.
Okay, maybe I go like at 11. Maybe first thing, I just wait there, get there right when the doors open.
Open that thing up.
Yeah. But I was going to say, like, I'm pretty basic. My go-to is really just chocolate. I just love a good chocolate cone.
Boo.
No, it's classic for a reason, Bubba. Some things don't go out of style.
Oh, it does.
But also, I don't know how much ice cream I can eat out in the heat just nonstop without getting a tummy ache. And B, I don't know how many different kinds I want. I kind of feel like I just want to stick to the basic. I don't feel like ice cream's a thing that people mix up once they get started. If people try different flavors, don't get me wrong, especially at different times. But in one sitting, one day, how much ice cream can somebody eat? And do you mix it? Oh, here's some mint. Oh, here's some.
I feel like you could do a power ranking of your favorite chocolates that you found.
Okay. So you just go and find different chocolates?
Yeah, you go around to some different shops around town, and you're like, oh, this guy's chocolate's better than this guy's.
Okay.
And then you throw in an occasional gelato.
No. See, that's the thing is I don't want to mess with that. I like chocolate, and I like an Oreo shake. I mean, I really love vanilla and chocolate mix. I used to love getting the swirl.
Why can't you get a chocolate gelato?
I don't know. Why do I need to mess around with gelato when there's ice cream there?
Because maybe you want to, be like, I think gelato really takes the cake here.
That's like seeing
better dessert than ice cream.
That's like, I want some soda. Here's a Coca-Cola, or I could get RC Cola. Why would I mess with RC Cola?
Whoa, brother! I got a whole 2 liter of that in the fridge, brother.
Well,
brother.
Do you actually prefer it to Coca-Cola, or is it a cost-saving mechanism?
Nah, it was my grandmother got it, and she said, I don't want any more, but you can take it.
Your grandma tried, and she's like, I don't like this RC Cola, Bubba.
It's
You
not
just
what
take
she
it.
remembers, man.
Yeah. I used to get so
I still
mad.
threw some peanuts in there, though.
My grandma would always have RC Cola too. It was a cost saving mechanism for her. She was on a fixed
Love
no
that Royal
income
Crown.
situation.
It scratches the itch.
It does to an extent, but again, if you have the Coca-Cola sitting there, I don't think very many people are getting up and choosing the RC Cola. That's how I'd feel about your gelato when there's just nice, real ice cream laying around.
Hey, I'm a strawberry cheesecake ice cream kind of guy.
Okay.
That's rich.
All right.
It's that damn Mayfield factory. Changed me as a kid. I smelled the burning plastic in there from the containers, and they said, you get to try one flavor. And I picked the strawberry cheesecake, and it stuck to me ever since.
You know, I lived right across from that factory with my mama. I was a child of divorce, and we lived across from that factory. There were really two different locations for a good chunk of my years. I don't think I ever actually took the tour. They'd take all the kids like in the Athens City schools on the Mayfield's tour, but when I was a kid, I wasn't in the Athens City system. I was in, McMinn County over in Nyota, so I didn't even get to go on the tour as a kid. And then I lived there. We never took a field trip or nothing once I was in 5th or 6th grade, and I never took it.
I didn't know you could tour that.
Yeah, they take all the kids there, and then like Bubba said, they give them a free scoop of ice cream on the way out. Like it's apparently a fun time.
You don't even have to be a kid to tour it.
Yeah, you don't. You could go tour it right now. I mean, I assume, or at least you could.
Could I get milk too?
I think it's just ice cream.
Yeah, they have like a visitor shop that you can buy stuff, but I don't think they had really even any milk there to buy. Now, my cousin worked at the welcome center or whatever, and I'd go there and she'd fix me some ice cream a lot when I'd walk home from school bus would drop me off at one place, and I'd walk by it, and I'd stop and get ice cream and hang out with her for a little bit, but I never actually took the tour. So, Bubba, you got me beat. Same as the Lost Sea. Did they ever take you to Lost Sea?
I was never that fortunate.
Did your school go and take? Okay.
I don't think so. That's
another thing that a lot of local schools would go do. You heard of the Lost Sea, Sam?
I've heard of it. I've seen the graphic for sure.
Yeah, it's like the biggest underground lake, or I don't know about in America or something, but it's a big underground lake, and it's apparently a big deal, and they take a lot of kids there, but I've never been there either. I grew up, 15 minutes from it, pass it all the time. Never been to it.
Should that be a summer segment, fan run field trips?
I might need to check off some of those. And I got to say, I've never seen Rock City either. I've never gone to Rock City and looked at the 7 different states standing on the top of the rock. I've never done it. I've never been to Dollywood. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa. Hey, Spirit County Days is coming up next week.
Although I had a dream last night. Because did you see the little fat boy, the Rizzler? He had that video going viral yesterday about how he doesn't how he doesn't have any friends and all that. I had a dream that I was interviewing the Rizzler, and I asked him and his dad if they'd ever been to Dollywood. And I was telling him, I was like, oh, you'll like the funnel cakes. I've been to Dollywood, but I've never been to Rock City, and I've never been to Lost Sea, and I've never toured Mayfields. Never been to Lynchburg to check out the Jack Daniels.
You done like the Coke factory?
Jack Daniels, if you please.
No, I don't really like behind-the-scenes stuff.
I was just about to ask, like, does that kind of stuff intrigue you?
No, I mean, I've gone, sometimes you go to a brewery, they try to take you back and show you. I'm like, I don't really care, man. There's hops here, there's something here, you put them together. Like,
you do it in hopes that they give you a free sample or some merch. That's why we play the game.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I don't really care. Like, I had a sponsor, Volunteer Vodka back in the day, and they like made their own vodka. When I went up there for Bristol one time, and he tried to show me, and I was like, okay, we put the corn here. Okay, I get it.
Plus, like, if you're really feeling chaotic, you could like sneeze in the direction. They got to cancel that whole batch.
No, I would be scared I'd mess something up though. Here's where we put our barrels. We let them, we let them sit here. Okay, I get it. Yeah, cool.
Maybe it's just because I was a kid when I did it, but I did enjoy the Coke factory.
Okay,
you get a lot of free Coke too.
It might be cool, yeah. I missed the field trip to Atlanta in 8th grade. I overslept. Didn't go. My school took us to Atlanta to do that stuff, and I was like, I'm good.
We got hustled by a guy whenever we took our field trip to Six Flags there.
That was a rough time, missing the bus for that. Think about, you got your little honey you're going to try to flirt with the whole day, and you miss the bus. Next thing you know, she's flirting with somebody else in Atlanta the whole day.
Guy called himself the local tour guide. unofficially and asked for some donations constantly.
Wanted tips.
And then our chaperones were like, all right, please go away from these 9-year-olds, please.
Money have. Take it to the varsity.
Did you go see your movie last night?
It was terrible.
It was awful.
It was so bad. Yeah, the new Scary Movie gets no booms from me.
Not
What
even
about a
half.
Doom?
It was a doom, Bubba. And I don't know if I'm just gotten too old or if they've gotten too old or both. Like, it's very possible we've both just gotten too old, but man, it was bad.
How was Anna Faris?
Old. And that kind of did bum me out because I mean she was such a babe back in the day. It was bad. It was sad. It just bummed me out.
Have they like announced that this was the final one already?
No,
or?
they said if that makes money, they're going to do it. They're going to do more stuff, and I'm sure it'll make money because people. It's nostalgia slop. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, like, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know, I used to love the first two Scary Movies, and I like horror movies. I'll see what they can do, and it was bad. It was bad. It was cringy. I got secondhand embarrassment just from watching it. Just sitting in there around other people, I just had secondhand embarrassment for the Wayans brothers, who are going to make a lot of money. But I was just like, this is embarrassing. This is gross. Really made me evaluate some things.
At least you got the movie pass. I'm sure there's people that, you know, went out and spent like $80 to go watch that movie, and they're like, what the hell did I just
Now
see?
that is true. It's a very small investment. It was 57 cents for me to go. But I did get a piece of popcorn stuck in the top of my mouth that it didn't come out until this morning.
That happens to me 99% of the times I go to the movies.
Yeah. Typically when I come home and brush my teeth, I can get everything's fine. But like I brushed my teeth for a long time just in the one spot. It wouldn't come out. But then this morning, it was actually maybe a reward from the universe. Because like, you know, I've been wanting to really lock in and drink my water and make sure I'm taking my creatine in the morning and try to be a little bit healthier. And I wasn't going to take it, but I was like, you know what? I need to take it this morning because then I can drink a lot of water at work and it'll all be fine. So I popped it in my mouth. And then as soon as I popped it in my mouth, I don't know if it absorbed the corn piece or what, but it was gone. It was like the universe saying, good job, man. Here's a reward for locking in. It's gone now. So, yeah, I was real mad, you know, watching that terrible movie and then having that popcorn stuck in my mouth. As far as my evening went, I watched a little bit of the softball game. Texas juggernauts, tanks. They beat them so bad in game one. I didn't really bet on them in game two though, so I was able to avoid that.
Does it make us feel any better that we lost to the champs, or would it have been worse if Texas Tech won and her daddy can go shove our face in the dirt?
I won't say it.
I mean, he still can, though, because he's like, hey, we made it at least the opportunity to play in the final.
Yeah, but they didn't go no further with her than they did without her last year. They got to the same spot they got. I won't say, Sam, that it makes me feel any better that we lost to Texas and they won the championship. Like you said, at least wanted to listen to her big loud daddy. So I mean, like that ultimately was a good thing. Texas, you just got to tip your hat. I did think it was funny. You had a college reporter talking about how everyone says college sports are in shambles, but I'm at the softball championship and this is still pure. It's like you got the two biggest old money teams playing for a championship and you're missing the complete point of that. Texas Tech is nothing but hired guns.
Yeah, every time that the announcer like goes through the Texas Tech lineup, it's like blank, a transfer from blank. Probably 6 times through the lineup.
Sophomore from our UCLA begins her career for the Longhorns tonight.
Yeah.
Where will she be next season?
Yeah, like that. So like the guy was like, this is as pure as it gets. I'm like, okay, buddy, you're missing the point. So I watched some of that. I watched some of the Fever Dream WNBA game. I gotta say, I'm over the Caitlin Clark stuff. She gets on my nerves. Angel Reese sucks too. They were playing against each other. But there is a new girl that's taken the internet by storm, and I watched her game afterwards. Olivia Miles. You familiar with her?
Oh, Notre Dame. Glasses or no?
Yeah. But she transferred to TCU.
Okay.
She played her last year at TCU. I'm in.
She's got game. I've seen a highlight of hers.
Yeah. Well, then last night she came out and hit, I think, 8 of 11 from three. So she finally got her 3-point shot going too. And I was like, you know what? She's fun to watch play. This is what they wanted me to feel about Caitlin Clark. But this girl, just with Not a lot of athleticism, but just old school, like men's game, just dribbling and.
Not a Sonia Citron guy.
I haven't really watched a lot of the Mystics, but I do check her stats from time to time. She seems pretty in her little picture I see whenever I check my Yahoo app. But no, this Olivia Miles girl, I enjoyed watching her game last night. So it's kind of a light sports night for us. And then about 11 o'clock, I saw some news that made me mad. And that was the SEC ACC Challenge schedule. We'll dive into that after the break because I'm mad, and I feel like the Vols got disrespected. Somebody's got to stand up for Tennessee. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Tennessee basketball, a lot of hype surrounding this upcoming season. We had one big schedule question, and that was, who is Tennessee going to draw in the SEC ACC Challenge? That was the last thing we were kind of waiting to see. If you're a basketball season ticket holder, you knew that this was going to be a home game, so you were waiting to see, a home opponents be announced. Thought maybe you'd strike gold and get a Duke or a Carolina. No. Didn't get that. Arkansas, which, I mean, Calipari's a star. Calipari's a star. He has been. He is a good TV draw, I reckon. College athletics have always been about the coaches, and Calipari has been treated like a superstar in coaching in college basketball really since I can remember. He draws North Carolina. The number one team in the country, Florida, they draw Duke. So the two big, ACC blue bloods go to Coach Cal and a Florida program that, of course, won a national championship 2 years ago and looks poised to compete again and be awesome again, kind of like they were last year. So once you remove those two, it kind of became slim pickings, especially when you consider that you had already kind of played Louisville last year. You played Louisville, you've played them a couple times the last couple years. They get Texas as a battle of two transfer portal superstar teams, two teams that really thrived and flourished during this transfer portal cycle. I'd imagine both teams come into the season ranked in the top 10 in the preseason. So mark Louisville off. Once you got there, you're kind of like, okay, well, who does that leave for Tennessee? Maybe Clemson? Nope. They're playing Auburn. And then after that, I guess Syracuse is another brand. You played them last year. You've played them multiple times the last couple of years. Not going to be them. So you start running out of options. Maybe NC State. Nope. You've already scheduled them in Nashville. Sam, we were left with Florida State.
I was just as mad about this as you are.
Yeah.
Feels like we just get slighted for being arguably, maybe if not the most consistent team over the SEC in the past 5 years, maybe Florida's in that conversation or something. So I'm not going to be too mad at, Florida drawing Duke, especially after that really great game that they had last year. But I feel like Tennessee's pretty deserving of getting that second best team in the ACC. And now you're just sitting here with Florida State and Luke Laux, who's the youngest Power 4 head coach in the country, versus Rick Barnes, who has the second or third most active wins in head coaching in college basketball right now. Just doesn't feel like a level playing field there, and a draw that Tennessee got a lot of respect as a program.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Luke Laux and you are Florida State, you're probably happy about it, honestly, because this is a RPI net ranking builder. I mean, you go into a top 10 team on the road, just playing that game raises your profile and raises your metrics. And, we'll see how he does. He actually got them above 500 last year in the ACC. That's the first time they finished above 500 since 2021, before it kind of all fell apart for Leonard Hamilton.
They played solid down the stretch of last year, too. They almost beat Duke in the ACC tournament.
Yeah, I mean, 2021 is the last time they finished above 500 in the ACC. That's also the last time they made the NCAA tournament, which is kind of crazy. Just that they're on a drought when it feels so easy to make the NCAA tournament. They can't make it, and they haven't even really been on the bubble. They did play better basketball down the stretch last year, so maybe he'll be a good coach. Maybe this won't be a complete pushover of a team this year. Maybe that'll be at least a quad 2 game. I assume they'll be in the top 75 of the net. But yeah, it was kind of funny to me, poetic, that it came out the schedule the same day that I saw that college basketball graphic go viral where someone put together and added up all the top 25 wins that each college basketball program has since COVID. Did you see that? Did you see that breakdown?
No, I didn't.
Most ranked wins since 2020 in college basketball. Where would you say Tennessee comes in on that list?
I feel like it's got to be pretty high up there, top 10-ish.
Where do you think they come in so you think they're top 10 in the country? Where do you think they come in the SEC?
Top 3.
They're number 2 in the country and number 1 in the SEC. And they got a little bit of a gap between number 2. Tennessee has 36 ranked wins since 2020. In terms of your SEC competition, Alabama has 32. Texas, kind of surprisingly, has 31.
Definitely would have thought Alabama would be number 2. I didn't think Texas would be number 3 at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it was surprising to me that Texas third in the SEC at 31. Now, you know, some of those came, of course, while they were in the Big 12. Tennessee, 36 ranked wins. They're tied with Arizona for second most in the country. Number 1 in the country. You want to take a stab at it? Bubba?
Houston.
Help him out. No, not Houston. Houston, kind of surprisingly, Houston is at the bottom of tier 1. I don't know how many teams are here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Arizona.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Houston's 18th. Kind of surprising. Arizona, Bubba wasn't listening. Maybe take some of those sleeves you saved and put some peroxide on them and shove them in your ears and try to get some earwax out, because I said Tennessee was tied with Arizona for second most.
I just snapped my neck.
Kansas.
Good guess. Kansas, number 1. They lead the way at 39. So, when I see that, it does at least give me some backup, some justification to feel like Tennessee has been slighted, because I feel like Tennessee is the best program in the SEC over the last, 6 or 7 years. Like you said, maybe the better way to say that is how Sam said it, where you just say the most consistent. We've been really good pretty much every year since COVID. You know, your worst year was getting knocked out in the first round of the tournament. That happens to everybody at some point. But since then, I mean, you haven't. It hasn't happened to you. You've at least won a game. And you usually win your ranked matchups. You got 36 of them, which is the most in the SEC. So I know that we're in our bubble. I know we're a little Tennessee biased, but hey, if you just look at a total body of work, ain't nobody in the SEC been more consistent and more consistently good than Tennessee. Now, I understand you haven't broken through and gone to a Final Four. Yeah, I get that. During this same stretch since 2020, Alabama has. Yeah. I know. Florida's won a national championship. Yeah. I know.
Do you think this is skewed? What if we're playing teams that are 23rd and 24th, and then after us, they fall out of the rankings completely?
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's some of that's happened, Bubba, but I would say every team has that opportunity. Everybody gets a chance to play teams ranked in the, low teens and 20s. You could say Tennessee's taken advantage of them and won those. Sure. But everybody, I imagine every SEC schedule's been pretty close to being being balanced. I know we play a good non-conference schedule, but hell, look at Alabama's schedule. They got extra shots. Auburn got extra shots at all those ranked teams last year. You got more opportunities. I just think, Bubba, we've been really good when we've played ranked teams. When Tennessee has a big basketball game, typically we've performed pretty well in them in the regular season. Yeah. I know we haven't won an Elite Eight game. Yeah. I know. Florida, I got no issue with. But yeah, the Coach Calipari thing, that Arkansas getting that draw was a little frustrating. Getting one of the primetime spots. Are they supposed to be really good this year? I mean, I assume they're going to be solid. I mean, I assume they've loaded up. I assume they had a good, portal haul and a good, recruiting class and whatever. But I haven't seen them necessarily floating around the top 5 where we've been flirting with. Borzello for ESPN had Arkansas at number 11, 5 spots behind Tennessee. So I guess Arkansas is going to be about like they were last year, except no Acuff. Because Acuff kind of made them more fun to watch and made them, a better team.
Also, there's just a couple bad misses, I think. But I don't know how this is exactly constructed. But how the hell did you not do NC State and LSU?
You would think from like a drama point, maybe they knew it was like, hey, too soon. But yeah, if you had sent Will Wade, if you'd sent Will Wade into NC State this year, you maybe could have drummed up some interest like the football LSU Ole Miss game. Maybe they're saving that for next year, Sam. Is NC State on the road this year? Nope, they're at home. I don't want them to send NC State to LSU next year. I want so maybe 2 years from now we'll get LSU, but at that point it won't be as cool. I wonder if the SEC can like get together and like veto, because I'm sure they work together and try to play us. And I wonder if the SEC is like, no, we don't want to do that to Will Wade, because he didn't have a very good transfer portal haul. I imagine they're not going to be very good this year, so like it might be embarrassing for the SEC. So I wonder if they get like a couple vetoes of like, hey, come on, let's work together. We're not going to do the ACC dirty. Don't do us dirty. Let's try to find, let's collaborate on this. That's the only thing that makes sense, is that they're trying to protect it there. South Carolina going to NC State ain't like sexy at all, but at least like it's Carolinas. There's some proximity there. Yeah, but Wake Forest at LSU doesn't really hit the same.
They should have just like canceled Georgia Tech at Mississippi State altogether. Nobody wants to watch that game.
It is crazy to me that it does seem like Georgia Tech football is in a solid place. It is crazy to me that Georgia Tech basketball just feels completely irrelevant, because that's a school that mattered when I was young. When I was a wee lad back in high school, back in the 2000s, Georgia Tech basketball, I feel like mattered. And I don't feel like they have really in a while. Yeah, I mean, like they've only made the tournament. They've only made the tournament once since 2011. And that was a 9 seed. And they lost in the first round. That's crazy. Not saying that they were some juggernaut or anything by any means, but like they did play for a national championship in 2004. Hell, they weren't very good either. Maybe I'm misremembering my high school years. I just remember them playing for that national championship. But hell, from 04 to 07, they made it, 3 out of 4 years. Missed in 08, 09, and made it back in 10. Yeah, maybe Georgia Tech basketball just sucks. Maybe they've never actually been good except the one Jared Jack year. But you'd think, being in Atlanta, you'd find some guys that could come play basketball for you.
Yeah.
Especially during the NIL era, like where you could pay them to stay home. You'd think Georgia Tech would be a little bit better. 11-20 last year. 2-16 overall.
They're not even an NIT team.
Did they fire Damon Stoudemire, I assume?
Yeah, they got a new coach this year.
Okay. They tried. It's like, hey, how can we get some juice? Let's hire a former NBA point guard. And then watch him go 14-18, 17-17, and then 11-20. So at least Tennessee ain't got to play Georgia Tech, I guess. Florida State don't seem so bad when you look there. Ole Miss at Virginia Tech. That's gross. Alabama at Miami. Would you have rather have gone? You couldn't really do that. See, I think same as the NC State LSU thing, Sam, because they're rotating. And I guess that's important to remember too, is that they try to rotate and keep it balanced, home and aways. So like, I guess Miami was due a home game same year we were due a home game.
Yeah, I would have liked to play Miami.
That would have been a more fun matchup. Although Bama at Miami will be fun. I mean, that'll be a good stylistic game.
I do think you're right about kind of what you said at the start. We've played some of these teams in the tournament, or we'll have a game scheduled with them before this challenge. So you kind of like, and the ACC isn't deep enough to really like pick off those top couple teams, playing them in other parts, and then be like, hey, we need a good opponent here in the ACC SEC challenge.
Yeah. So, I mean, whenever I actually started talking about it kind of made more sense, and maybe I lost a little bit of the disrespected fire. Like, I do think Tennessee basketball's program has been disrespected. Like, I do think they should get better treatment, as they have been very consistently really good. And they play, I don't want to necessarily say an exciting brand of basketball. Like, I understand they ain't got, Alabama running up and down the court. But like I feel like we play some pretty good games. I feel like we're pretty tough. I feel like we usually have a pretty good go-to player. I mean, like, over the couple years, you've had a chance of watching good college basketball players. Of course, Dalton Connect, Jaslyn. Everybody. I mean, Zakai Ziegler was a really fun college basketball player to watch. But yeah, I guess when I look at it, and the only ACC teams that are actually going on the road this go around are Duke. I got no issue with them drawing Florida, trying to get maybe a national championship preview. Boston College, Wake Forest, Pittsburgh, Syracuse, Florida State, of course, Georgia Tech, Stanford. It's not like any of those would actually got me fired up when you look at the options of road teams. Let's maybe scrap this and do it with the Big 12.
Yeah.
Let's maybe scrap this.
Let the Big Ten and the ACC have a competition together.
Does the Big Ten do anything? Does the Big Ten they still have their Big Ten?
Feel like they do.
I feel like they used to be the Big Ten ACC Challenge, right? And I guess we've kind of swooped in on it. Maybe mix it up. I understand, like, the ACC and SEC are both kind of on the team ESPN, so it works. But these matchups kind of suck. Year in, year out, I'm kind of disappointed. It's really, unless you draw North Carolina or Duke, you're going to be disappointed most years.
Doesn't seem like the Big Ten's done anything since the ACC left them for us.
Okay. We need to reevaluate. Maybe do the Big Ten. Maybe do the Big Ten thing, and like let's further the agenda we have in college football. Let's make it a college basketball agenda too, or the two conferences that matter. That's a bummer though for season ticket holders who pay a pretty big premium for season tickets to end up with Florida State as your last big home game. Kind of tough. Sam, Sinister Break will come back. We'll check the YouTube comments. We'll discuss some more Tennessee athletics right here on Fan Run Radio.
Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox, Fox Sports Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, They specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
There is a light that shines special for you and me.
Checking in over on the YouTube chat. Shout out to everybody who hangs out with us there daily. Make sure you're subscribed to the page. Watch our other content. Keep the comments rolling in. Smash that like button. All those good things. The chat seems pretty afraid of you, Bubba. They said you look like you are here to whip some ass. They are afraid of you. And I don't blame them. I'm a little afraid of you too. We had some big Tennessee baseball news yesterday as Josh Elander pulled the plug pretty early. It took him 1 year to say, hey, I got to fix some things. Some things are rotten. Some things ain't good enough. Some things ain't up to the standard. And one of those things was his pitching coach, Josh Reynolds, who gets fired after just 1 year as the main pitching coach, of course, taking over for Frank Anderson. Reynolds had been with the program for 2 years, coming from Cincinnati. It was his first time calling the shots. And, whether it be a drop-off in talent, maybe there was a little bit of that there. Maybe. But definitely you could say that there was a drop-off in performance. The highest ERA that the team has had since 2013. And on top of the ERA trouble or regression, you also just did a lot of dumb things. There'd be time where the pitcher seemed like they lost their mind and couldn't hit a strike zone, resulting in a lot of walks and a lot of hit batters. 62 of them, according to Brent Hubbs. 62 of them, or at least according to VolQuest, I should say, the most since 2012. So, like, you were pretty bad. You were back to the dark ages when it came to your ERA and your hit by pitches.
We could bring in Cedric Highsmith as our pitching coach.
I don't know who that is, Bubba.
He's a social media guy that's like, this pit is banned in 49 states. It goes a million miles an hour. He has like the weird grip where his like pinky's crossing his thumb and he's trying to hold it.
Okay. I have seen that guy. I didn't know his name, but I'm somewhat familiar with the video concept. I'm going to guess he's not an actual candidate.
No.
But it would be good for the views and the clicks. At this point, I mean, look, I'm not going to pretend to have a hot board of pitching coaches for college baseball. It's not really my bag. But, like, at this point, it does seem like you would maybe be able to get some of the band back together. And maybe Frank Anderson's gotten to the MLB and be like, you know what? This ain't great. This hasn't been that much fun. Tony's not necessarily long for this world, and I'm not having a lot of fun in the majors. I miss college baseball. I think if I was Elander, I'd at least make that call. I've seen Russell Smith and some other people trying to push for Dave Serrano to come back. He loves.
I mean, he's building a dynasty right now on the JUCO level.
It does seem like he is a little bit busy building a dynasty, but that also means that, like, hey, he's also shown that he can still coach, Bubba. He's shown he's still got some teaching ability in him. Of course, he loves Tennessee. If he got the call, you'd imagine he would want to come. So people are saying to call him. I imagine Elander has some guys in mind. And like I said, I won't pretend like I know of anybody really that they should go and poach. Sam, have you seen any names?
No, I haven't really seen specific names like pop up, but I mean, I have heard Serrano get tossed around there. I think, I believe he was a pitching coach under Delmonico here. So, I mean, he's got some experience in the league, obviously. He's got head coaching experience with where he's at. I think that'd be like a fun, bring some juice back into the fan base type of hire. I'm sure, like you said, Elander's probably got maybe some younger guys that, maybe are a little bit more in tune with kind of the current day and age of college baseball that maybe he's looking towards. But
yeah.
I think making this decision is just a good move to know that, he's not just going to kind of be sitting on his hands throughout the offseason and saying, all right, let's just run it back next year. He knows that there's some changes that need to be made.
I agree with all that. Like I mentioned Anderson, I mentioned Serrano just because those are the comfortable names that there's some familiarity with. And look, I do think getting either of those would be a nice statement. Like I do think bringing Frank Anderson back would fire up the fan base. I do think Dave Serrano holds a special part in a lot of Tennessee fans' hearts, and like he hasn't burned any bridges. Instead, he's tried to embrace Tennessee at every turn. So like I think both of those would be fan favorite moves, but like I do think Elander's probably going to try to put his own stamp on this program and identify somebody and try to bring them in. And like you said, a younger guy with recruiting ties, going out that have recruited big time college baseball players that are currently playing college baseball.
Do you think he would ever try to do the old promote from within? Taking a guy like Kirby Connell, who pitching and stuff like that, and promotes him or not?
I would be shocked. I would be shocked, and I would be. I don't want to say upset, but I feel like I'd be pretty disappointed if that's what they did. If they're like, "Hey, we're going to promote Kirby and give him."
They still got him on staff, and although he's like a branding and community service coordinator,
yeah,
so it'd be a different direction for him to take. But
yeah, like I don't see him, and it's no disrespect. I don't know exactly what goes on over there and what he does, but like I don't take him as a serious coach at this point in his career. I mean, he's just somebody trying to get his feet in the game. You know what I mean? Like typically you got to pay some dues and do other duties for 5, 6, 7 years before you get a job like this at Tennessee.
I think this was clearly kind of like the last piece of that coaching staff that he had to put together. And I think it was just like hey, this guy's been on the staff before, it's not going to rock the boat too much. We'll give him a year at pitching coach and see if it kind of works, and clearly didn't. And I think, you got to say what you want about how the season played out, but I think you got to respect Elander for making some moves like within the season, taking himself off of third base, going into the dugout. You make a change here at the pitching coach. You kind of change that starting rotation at times. You change the lineup around when things weren't working. He's tinkering to try and get it to the place that he obviously knows it needs to be at.
You've said it throughout the season. I do think it's worth reiterating at this point, but like you hired Josh Elander not for 2026. You're hiring him to sustain your program and to hopefully be a 5, 10, 15-year answer. You hire him knowing that he has never been in charge. Despite my frustrations this year, and I was as guilty of it as almost anybody. There's some wackos that were a lot more negative than me, so like I don't want to be lumped in with them. But like I was disappointed with the year, and the year just never felt fun to me. And like Elander hasn't necessarily won me over. Like I said, I think I'm like a 55, 56 in terms of my approval rating right now. So above half. He's in the positive, but not by much. But with that being said, even I know that like when you hired him, you had to have the stomach for some growing pains. You had to have the stomach to allow this coach to learn on the job a little bit. You weren't hiring a proven guy. You were hiring a guy that was going to be doing all this stuff for the first time. Year one, you took some lumps. But like Sam said, you didn't see him just lay down and take it. You saw him try to tinker with some stuff, make some new moves, try some new stuff. Sometimes it felt panicky. Like sometimes it felt like he was moving around too much. You don't want to be that guy. It seems like, he's making changes every time something happens. But like I will allow him a year or maybe even 2 to try to figure this out. I don't even think going into year 2 that my expectations are much higher. I still would like to host a regional. But, like, I don't think it's all of a sudden like, hey, get back to Omaha. I'm allowing Josh Elander to kind of grow as a coach. But, like, hey, I feel like you should host a regional, at least compete to host a regional. I would settle for another kind of 15-15, 16-14 type of SEC season if there's signs of improvement along the way. If the pitching staff gets better and more consistent because of this move with Josh Reynolds, I would imagine it gets you a couple extra wins. Like you could put how many losses this year, Sam, on the bullpen? 2, 3, 4?
Yeah.
At least. I mean, yeah, like for as much trash as we talked about the offense, and don't get me wrong, they had their flaws too this year. Your bullpen and the way you handled your bullpen and the way those guys performed out of the bullpen cost you 3, 4, 5 losses. Of course, 3, 4, 5 wins, if you're able to flip losses into wins, puts you a whole different standing on your team. Now, ultimately, does that change things? Ultimately, would you have been a championship contender had you won 4 more regular season games? No, I don't think so. Hell, you might have lost in a regional regardless. You might have lost in a regional in Knoxville. It might not have actually changed anything at all this season. But Josh Elander looked and said, hey, we need to try something different here because the pitching isn't quite what I want. It's not good. They're not clicking out of the bullpen. We need to evaluate players better, but we also need to coach them up better.
I know that we've had that comparison the entire time ever since, we promoted Elander with A&M over there, but like us going 15-15 in conference this year and that A&M team going like 18-11, like to me, that's kind of, and you talk about like, hey, the bullpen probably lost you 3 or 4 games at least. To me, that's kind of the improvement that you can go make there is like, A&M wasn't a world beater this year, but they clearly showed a lot of improvement with those returning players that they had, much like Tennessee is going to be able to have next year, and just kind of building blocks on getting back into that kind of upper tier of the SEC instead of just kind of hovering around in the middle of the pack.
So you said A&M went, what, 18-12?
18-11.
18-11, they have a game canceled or something?
I guess. I don't know. I'm looking at the SEC standings.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went 18-11.
Well, last year, they went 11-19. So you had a, 7.5 game swing from one year to the next. If Tennessee has a 7-game swing, they're back to winning 22 games. Like I don't think they'll have something quite as drastic as that. But point being, Texas A&M stayed the course. They allowed their coach to grow. They tinkered a bit. They came back and they, had a good regular season. Are they still playing? They lost, right? They lost to USC.
Mm-hmm.
So, that kind of goes back to what I thought. This year, even if we had hosted a regional, I still don't think we were good enough to actually do anything deep when you look at this team. Maybe we have a Texas A&M year exactly, where you get there and then you get beat. But I do still applaud their coach and their program for having a pretty big turnaround, like I said, regular season-wise, going from 11 wins, where it looks like you might have to fire him after year 1. Elander never hit those depths, or at least didn't stay at those depths. It felt pretty bad after Vandy and LSU, but he was able to claw his way back to even. I assume that the entire program is better in year 2. Elander and his coaches. His players should develop. They should be better too. So, yeah, just add a couple wins to the column next year, and let's see. We'll keep you up to date on the pitching coaches if any names pop up. I imagine he's going to have to move fairly quickly though because transfer portal's open,
mm-hmm.
and Tennessee needs arms. I don't know if. One last thing about it, though. I don't know if Josh Elander gets the same benefit of the doubt as Tony does if I'm a pitcher. Because, hey, I don't really need to meet Tony or Frank Anderson. I can look at the stats. You want me? Yeah, I'm interested. Tennessee, I don't know if we did that last year where we still have the benefit of the doubt with guys. So we need guys in there recruiting them and actually, creating relationships and trying to establish that, because you're not going to be able just to say, hey, if I go there, I'm going to pitch at a really high level and get drafted. Elander and now his vacant pitching coach, they maybe don't have that benefit of the doubt. So for that reason, I do think he needs to hone in on a pitching coach pretty soon. Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. We'll see what Bubba and Sam have cooked up on that end. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
School is out, so let's kick off summer with your Knoxville Smokies. This week is a huge week for your Smokies. He's back. It's the king himself. It's Elvis night on Thursday. Get your herd together because it's Chick-fil-A night on Friday with postgame fireworks. Live wrestling and fireworks for wrestling night on Saturday and Sunday. It's our kids' summer kickoff. Yes, it's June 7th. 6-7. It's jam-packed, so get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
All right, what do you have? Better halftime show? Cheerleaders or dogs? You're listening to Talk Sports.
I've always been a big friend of the cheerleading community. I think that they're great. I think that they are essential to
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. You have made it to Friday. Go ahead and pop you open a White Claw Hard Seltzer right now. 9:03 a.m. You've earned it. Let's get this Friday started.
It just popped back into my mind.
Drinking a White Claw?
Well,
I go get them for
always
you.
on my mind. When the topic that we started off the show with yesterday, like when people listen to the podcast, did you see the tweet that Sawyer?
Yeah, I was going to say
this was insane to me.
Sawyer's a psycho. Go ahead and read it.
Said, this is a rare occasion because I'm listening to today's podcast this evening, but I often wait until Friday afternoon / Saturday morning and listen to all week's worth of shows during the off season. That guy's fan run radio sun up to sundown on the weekend.
That seems like a psycho response, but hell, I guess he's in football mode and just wants to get all the football content he can get. I just can't imagine listening because it's a roller coaster, right? During football season, you don't really kind of care about the game. You don't kind of care. You're maybe a little negative, then just kind of rides up. Then boom, Friday, you're excited. Vols are going to win. Can't imagine listening to that Monday or Tuesday where it's just kind of like, whatever. Why even waste your time on Friday doing it? But shout out to Sawyer for weighing in.
Listening at the end of the week.
Yeah, and for listening, but for weighing in and giving us some more data. Bubba, what you cook up for headlines?
There's so many directions to take for some stories here.
Okay.
We'll start off one, I think, which relates back to something we talked about earlier this week, which I think we need to make a rejoin. But a celebrity border collie with over 1.5 million followers was allegedly stolen in China, sold to a restaurant for $27, killed, and eaten.
Wow.
Apparently, the dog's name was Chutou, Chutou.
He sounds like he got chewed through.
Was taken by a thief who told the owner, the dog is dead, stop making a fuss, I didn't break the law.
It's not against the law to steal somebody's dog and sell him?
I don't know foreign policy.
Yeah, me neither.
The man claims he thought it was a stray.
Okay, well, if that's the case, he probably didn't think he broke any laws. If the dog was just out on the street.
It's probably not a very well-kept dog if he's looking like a stray and he's got 1 million followers.
That is weird. Have you checked out the Instagram account?
I feel like that dog should probably look a little better if it's got 1.5 million.
Maybe that's part of his appeal.
Maybe, yeah. A little grunge to him.
I don't want to talk more about eating dogs. This is the second time this week we've talked about it, Bub. I appreciate the story, and it is a big scandal, but let's move on. Sam, give me a non-dog eating headline, please.
Well, we got Stanley Cup rolling right along. Had a huge one last night as you just got some overtime games. You got the Hurricanes even it up 1-1. Now that was a big one there. We'll head to Saturday. Series tied.
Also, Golden Knights' Braid McNabb taking a puck to the face.
Yeah, did you see that video?
I did not. Did
Nice
Vegas hold on and win?
Nope. Carolina took it in overtime.
Really?
Yep.
Damn, I knew I should have put that on.
Yeah, I fell asleep pretty early last night. I'm mad I forgot about that one. Oh, that girl last night. Did you mention that she broke Caitlin Clark's WNBA rookie record with the threes?
I did not, but she was balling.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks much better than Caitlin Clark in terms of...
ESPN would rather talk about Caitlin Clark vomiting at halftime.
Caitlin Clark threw up at halftime?
That's what they say.
Well, she was struggling again. I mean, she's very clearly frustrated. She's very clearly frustrated. She's not playing well. She is not looking very good, and now I think she's in her head. The refs don't really like her. She's not getting any calls, so it's a very fascinating time to watch her play.
Sophia Cunningham, too.
Sophie
Looking
Cunningham.
great on the way.
You know, I got to say, the Sophie Cunningham swimsuit shoot,
I think it's aging just fine, but that's just me.
I thought that was not very attractive at all, but when I see her wear her game day fits into the arena, she still looks good. Kind of like watching her play basketball too, because despite trying to be like a pretty girl, she is just kind of a hard-nosed type of player. But yeah, so after that wrapped up, it was about 10:45, 11 o'clock, I feel like, and there was like 10 minutes left in the Stanley Cup game, and they were down 2-0. I was like, do I put it on? I was like, I don't really care. So you're telling me they scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes to tie it up and win? That sounds kind of electric.
I wish I saw it.
How much time did they have left when they got the equalizer? Hell, they scored 3 goals. It was 3-3 going into the end. What the hell happened here? Oh, man. So, okay, they scored basically halfway through the period. Then they scored another, basically right when I was going to bed. That was about 14 minutes left. They scored with 10 minutes left.
5-minute stretch, basically.
Yeah, they scored 3 goals in 5 minutes and then give up the game-tying goal with a minute left. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I could have seen it all, too. But I didn't turn on the TV. Let that be a lesson, Bubba.
Brett Bielema has told Notre Dame just join a conference after their athletic director went in front of everyone talking about Super League this, Super League that. We got to combine everyone. Brett Bielema just gets on his Twitter. Some guys really like to talk about something that could happen and who they might play. Actually, it's pretty easy. Just join a conference.
Have you seen his legs, by the way?
Yeah, that was gross.
Brett Bielema's legs?
Yeah.
What's happened?
I don't know.
He's been he's been working hard, man. His shins are all like skinned up and just tore up.
What the hell is he working on? Like pulling weeds?
I don't know. I mean,
crawling through.
They got to be careful
wire?
up in that Illinois locker room.
Just look up Brett Bielema legs. It'll probably be a trending search.
And some football locker rooms, it could look like staph infections. And other locker rooms, it could just be hitting the ground. Yeah, grit.
I got to say, I've Googled Brett Bielema legs and nothing's coming up.
You Googled it or you put it on Twitter?
I Googled it. Am I spelling Bielema right? B-I-A-M? Okay, let me run it through Twitter. Let me see here. I don't need that John Rothstein post anymore. Brett Bielema legs. Yeah, nothing there either.
This. It was nasty. Maybe you don't want to see it, honestly.
Okay, here's 13 hours ago. Him posting a Cubs thing. Okay, somebody said I'd be worried about your legs. And yeah, okay, they are. Really, if I just zoom in and I got him from the knee down, he kind of looks like Cody McClure, honestly. His legs look terrible. Oh, my God.
This is Cody after the fire ant situation.
Yeah, the right leg does look like staph infections all over the place. This man's worth millions of dollars. Can you not get that fixed? Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he's an ultimate football guy. He ain't got time to worry about his legs, but he does look awful. He wants Notre Dame to join a conference. Yeah, me too, brother. It's not going to happen because nobody actually forces them to. They just get to do whatever they want.
A situation last night between the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers where Max Muncy for the Dodgers collided with Idamaro Vargas for the Diamondbacks is wanting fans to possibly add the double base to first base.
I don't feel like it really hurts anything. I mean, I feel like everybody hated it whenever they announced it in college baseball, but I don't think it bothers me at all.
No, I mean, it's safer for the runner, you know, to have a clear running lane. Yeah. Then you can argue like, oh, he touched this bag, so he interference, on his behalf.
It sucked for the Texas softball first baseman the other day when it bounced off that bag and busted her in the mouth, but she still hit a home run. She was still
won
fine.
A national title.
Yeah, she won a national title, but otherwise it seems to make pretty logical sense. So I don't know why Major League Baseball wouldn't do it.
I feel like it's easier umping too.
You think it is?
No, because it's like if the ball hits, the inside bag, foul. If it hits the outside bag, fair, or outside, inside, closest to the field of play. Anyways,
what the hell are you talking about?
I don't know, John.
I know what you're talking about because that's what happened in Tennessee softball. They hit the bag and they're like fair, but then they looked and said actually hit the outside bag. I understand what you're getting at, but I don't know if that makes it easier or harder for umpiring or not. I mean, but there's so much replay now. Who really cares? You can easily go and correct calls.
We also have another situation happening in China where one of their robots accidentally hit a spinning kick on a kid, causing him to double over in pain.
Okay, I did see this. what the hell is happening? Like, because the robot was doing karate the entire time, right? Like, was it supposed to be a fighting robot? If so, why was it around kids?
I don't know, but I can't stop watching because it does a couple.
Smoked.
It's a funny video. I mean, the kid's just sitting there, like, not. I mean, maybe you got to teach your kid to keep his head on a swivel because, like I said, this robot was.
The fact that he's wearing a blue wig too makes it so much better.
I mean, the robot's doing, not to defend the machine, but like he is clearly showing off his karate skills, which, it feels a little racially insensitive that the robot is showing off his karate moves to all these little Asian kids. It does feel like stereotyping at the very least, but
we need to get this guy in the UFC.
That's the fact too. Like after he kicks him, like the robot stumbles back a little bit too.
He does keep his balance though. I was impressed by that. Yeah, like it's like the robot knew something had happened, but he doesn't fall down. I would like to know how. Is that a lawsuit? This kid goes down. I mean, the kid crumples.
Who do you sue?
The creator of the robot, I guess. Surely this robot's just not walking through the streets by himself. I mean, this kid looks distraught. His buddy immediately pulls him off like, come on, man, get out of here. You're okay. Oh, my God. It's such a kick to the gut. In America, you would sue.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know what type of laws, what type of litigation and lawsuits, how easy it is to win a lawsuit in other countries. But in America, we'd sue and we'd make a couple $100,000. The blue wig, though, does make it so good.
Something really cool happening.
I want the angle. The little boy next to the kid who gets kicked is filming, too. I want that angle.
I feel like there's a couple people in the background that laugh at him, too.
Well, yeah, it's funny until you probably realize the kid has, internal bleeding. But, yeah, there's a whole bunch of cameras rolling with a closer view. I want those. I want to see the impact of this kick.
Yeah, the kid in the blue soccer type shirt still just holding it up after it happens. But yeah, something really cool happening in the world of college baseball. West Virginia's baseball stadium is sold out for their super regional. So the AD is endorsing it by creating his own little watch party, taking a page out of Danny White's book. Taking over nearby hillside with restrooms and pizza for fans to have.
A lot of pressure on West Virginia to win this super regional. I mean, it's right there for them. And America kind of rooting for them. They kind of got people that have their back. I assume they're pretty big favorites in that super regional. Gotta get it done. The old Danny White watch party. It has spread its
Except
wings.
if it was Danny White watch party, he'd be having vendors out there and, some things that you could buy. This guy's just supplying free pizza, so.
West Virginia, he's giving free pizza? Well, good for him. West Virginia minus 295 to win game 1. So I imagine the series price is even higher than that. You into the super regionals this weekend, Sam? You still care about them?
They'll be on, but I'm not going to be locked in.
Yeah.
I'll watch it just for the enjoyment of some college baseball, but
really, to me, the last handful of years, obviously it's been Tennessee. Then number 2 is whoever's playing Arkansas. And then number 3 is whoever's playing LSU.
Mm-hmm. But we don't get any of that.
Vandy hasn't made a super regional in so long. I ain't really had to worry about them doing it. But I ain't got to worry about Tennessee. They're eliminated. I ain't got to worry about Arkansas. They're eliminated. I ain't got to worry about LSU. So I probably won't pay much attention this weekend to it.
I'll kind of take a similar style there, but maybe flip it in a way that I don't have anyone to hate watch, so I can just watch just for the enjoyment of some good college baseball type of thing, but I'm not going to be locked all the way in.
Yeah.
It almost, looking at the how wacky these supers have gotten, it makes me just slightly mad that we had such a great opportunity there to set ourselves up to maybe, in that first game in the regional, go out there and try and do some things. Just with the way that it unfolded, this thing got pretty wacky. Who knows? You go to a super regional, you win a series, all of a sudden, you're back in Omaha in the first year of a new coach, and you're probably just on top of the moon.
Well, I'm sure everybody feels that way because it's completely new blood. You're right. Like nobody that made it to Omaha last year is even in the super regional. So somebody's going to get a title that, hasn't won one in a while. Hell, somebody might get one that's never won one. It was wide open. It's part of what made it so frustrating that we got sent to North Carolina because obviously some of these 1 seeds were right for the picking. But at the same time, we didn't lose to the 1 seed. It'd have been one thing if North Carolina just kept beating us and we couldn't beat them, but we couldn't beat the 3 or 4 seed. So I'm not going to get too worked up about it.
5 minutes ago for Mike Wilson, Stone Lawless is returning to Tennessee for next year. So another veteran coming back into the program.
Seems like Tennessee's doing a good job of keeping the guys they want to keep.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel that way. It's been a good start to the offseason for Josh. Because you could still say last year that we were pretty young, right?
Yeah, we were the youngest team in the SEC.
Right. And now, like you said, a lot of the veterans are coming back. So those young players are going to be older. And you would assume that means going to be better. So that's kind of cool. Send us a break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Vols fans. Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
During the break, I went to go and blow my nose, get some water. And we got a new sales guy out here at SM Athletics, Spanky. I don't know if you guys have talked to him yet. I said, "What's up, Spanky?"
I'm so, Spanky is
Spanky,
like from our game.
From our game?
Isn't he from like the? Isn't that the kid from our gang?
Like, the Little Rascals?
Yeah.
Why are you calling them our gang? Is that the name of their group?
Yeah, they called him like our gang or something like that.
I thought they were just called the Little Rascals. Either way, I said, "What's up, Spanky?" And he says, "Oh, I don't know, just trying not to get in a fight at my T-ball game." And I said, "What?" So now we can add it. We got Bubba the Ump getting in fights, and now we got Spanky getting in fights at T-ball. Hey, Spanky, come in here and tell the audience about this because I need more details about what's going on. Spanky, push that door shut. Push that door shut. Roll it over. I want to hear about this. I don't know if this is a good live interaction, live read for SM Athletics, bringing in a sales guy here to get you equipment and uniforms and apparel while also trying to fight T-ball. So what happened here?
Well, it was just a simple. So I coach for Cofield Youth Club, and so my T-ball team, we're Cofield Black, and we're undefeated so far on the season. And
5-year-olds, 6-year-olds,
3 and 4-year-olds.
3 and 4-year-olds. Okay.
So we've averaged our average runs is about 19 to 20 runs a game. So I got some big hitters, okay, and people are taking offense to it.
Well,
not with me on the plate.
I kind of feel like, that's a lot of runs in T-ball. So last night you said somebody wanted to fight you. So what happened last night?
Well, it was just, and it's the second time we've played this time. I'm not going to mention any names.
Sure, yeah, don't get us in trouble.
All that, but it's the second time they're just like, "Hey, we're done playing." I'm just like, "What?" And they're like, "Well, you're just going to keep running the score up anyway." And I'm thinking, I ain't even running the score up. We're just hitting the ball, having fun. Ain't my fault you can't stop it.
Tell your boys to play better defense.
Yeah.
Hold on. Run the score up in T-ball sounds pretty gross, Spanky. What was the score when this happened?
It was 15-0, something like that.
15-0.
The game should have been called, man. We got run rules.
It was only 20 minutes in.
Yeah, it's what happens, man.
I gotta let the kids play.
All right. Can you walk me through this? Are you making the kids aim towards third base?
Oh, no. We just go up there. They just hit it.
Just go there and hit.
Now, I do have a thing. So, our rules is you get 3 pitches from the coach and then 2 off a tee. So, now, there's a few
for
of our
3
kids,
and 4-year-olds, Spanky?
Yeah. So, if you can't hit from the coach, you get 2 off a tee. Now, I usually tell most of my kids, we don't hit off the tee. We're not babies. And there's a few of them.
I love this coach. Spanky's got it going on.
There's a few of them that if they don't hit it from the coach, I just tell them to go to the dugout because I ain't dealing with that today.
We're not getting the tee out.
Now, something I do is if they make it to me at first base, I always have gummies. You get to first base, you get a gummy.
Sure. Need a little sugar rush before they run on.
Yeah.
Little reward.
Oh, yeah. And
You're Pavlov dogging these people. You want these little kids to know that, hey, when you get on first base, you get a treat.
Oh, and I've had other teams this year. You're gonna think this is hilarious. I've had other teams this year complain about me having candy because they're just like, you're distracting our kids. Our kids want candy. So another kid from another team's like, can I have a piece of candy? I'm like, oh yeah, here you go, buddy. And apparently it distracts the other team.
You are making the other teams look bad by them not having candy.
I know. So do better.
What's the umpire ruling in this?
Most of the time they just sit back and collect a check. So
amen. Bubba knows a little bit about that. He umps, and it does sound like he's just out there collecting.
Hey, umping T-ball is the best $30 a person can make in an hour. It's just easy. I don't know why more people don't do it.
Well, not everybody wants to be out there dealing with listening to the parents argue with each other. And
that is a valid point. That is a valid point.
Now, I will say, okay, so whenever I heard this, because when I think of people in T-ball that are running the score up, it would be like, hey, put the tee up and make the kids smack it to third base because obviously 3 and 4-year-olds can't throw it to first, right? So you're
Yeah.
pretty much guaranteed a hit. But if you're just out there making them hit off a coach and the other team can't field it, I don't think I feel too bad about it.
No. Now people are like, they're like, well, won't you just stop your runners from running? I'm like, no. If my kid wants a home run, I'm going to give him a home run. Like, I'm just going to tell him to go, 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 go.
I respect Spanky as a coach off of just first time meeting him. We have gone way too far in youth sports, giving out participation trophies and making sure everyone feels nice. And hey, don't be too hard on them. No, go out there and compete. And if you want to change something about it, go get better.
I agree. And so I'm president of the youth club at Cofield, and that's something I'm real big on. Is yes, I want all kids to have fun. That's what youth sports it's supposed to be about. But on the same sense, we cannot at a young age teach kids that it's okay to lose. Because we're going to be out here, we're going to have fun. But if we're going to lose, we're going to learn from it. But if we're going to be out here, we're going to win.
You damn yell at them 3 and 4-year-olds, making them kids cry after a tough
I'm
night at the
instilling
plate.
a new generation of winners.
I will say, if you had told me they were 5 or 6, I might have a little bit of a different answer. But hell, 3-year-olds, they can barely walk out there, can't they?
And we got a few of them that's why I have gummy bears. They don't know where first and third is. They get a little confused, but they know if I say, hey, hit it over here, get this gummy, they know, hey, they're coming right to me to get that gummy bear.
Yeah. All right. Sounds like good coaching. Now, as the president of the association, have you stacked your team?
Oh, dear God Almighty. Look, we didn't even, I hear this all the time. I hear it all the time. Now,
it sounds like you've stacked a team of good players.
No, and I'll break it down here. Last year, I coached the same T-ball team.
Sure.
And
you got a little bit of a dynasty.
I had about 10 kids. Well, this year in Cofield, we had 4 T-ball teams. I split my team up because I got tired. I heard it all in basketball. They're like, oh, you stack teams. No, I've not stacked teams. I've had a team since they were young, and my kids have just gotten better. It's not my fault. My kids have just gotten better and worked hard.
So you're allowed to keep your team year in, year out, like a dynasty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to think if that's how
he's giving them kids PEDs or something.
Yeah. If the gummy bears, they get the sugar that he's got them trained.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But no, I hear it all the time. But it's one of them things like being president. It's a blessing and a curse because you catch a lot of flack that ain't really your fault, but you just take it and roll with it. But it's like I told my kids last night in T-ball, even though they probably were didn't really understand. They were just ready to go home. I just told them, I was like, hey guys, look, you made the other team quit. I was like, you should be happy about that. They don't want to play with you no more because you are that much better than them. And I was like, sometimes it's okay not to be liked.
Sometimes it's okay not to be liked. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Spanky. I just don't know if the 3 and 4-year-olds are signing up for the sake of competition. I feel like at that age you're just trying to get out of the house and get around people and make friends. But maybe I'm wrong.
Oh yeah,
you can have fun and be a winner at the same time.
No, you can. But what about the losing team? Are they having fun? Are they happy? Are they happy?
Hey,
the cages.
Hey, I'm giving them.
Get in the cages.
Hey, I'm giving them gummies, and the kids won't come get a gummy. I get a gummy, so they get something out of it.
It is a good recruiting tactic from you. I mean, because it does feel like if I was a kid, I would be trying hard to play good. That way I could be on your team and get gummy bears all the time and be on a winning team.
I'm assuming you guys have practices already?
Yeah. Well, he gets to have practices whenever he wants because he's the president. He gets the prime time spot in the cages.
What's the practice regimen for your team?
We'll usually practice on Tuesdays from 6 to 7:30, Fridays 6 to 7:30. It's just depending. We usually go about an hour, sometimes an hour 30 minutes.
Well, what are you putting them through?
So we usually start out
hitting fungos to these kids in the infield.
We start out letting them just throw to each other, line them up. They know, like we started to do. I started implementing these past few weeks to get them down and ready. So whenever the pitcher's about to pitch or they put the ball on the tee, I go down. They all get down their stance. When I say up, they get all up. It's kind of cool. They all do it in unison. Some of them do it in unison. Then we know we're trying to get to where we are making throws because at T-ball, nobody's really got a good arm. So it's mostly we just run the kids down, all that stuff. So we're trying.
They taught us to roll it. They wanted us to try to roll it.
See, that's what we're working on right now.
Okay.
We're working on the rolling, and then once we get to the rolling, we'll get to the throw.
Yeah, I remember that because my older brother's friend used to make fun of us because we rolled it.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not my fault. That's what they taught us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to buy some gear from Spanky, go ahead and give a plug here for SM Athletics. Spanky, tell them how to get in touch with you.
Oh, yeah. Just reach me at Austin at snmathletics.com, or you can
Not
call me.
SNM, SM Athletics.
Sorry, it's the Moco language.
Hell far.
It's a Southern twang thing.
Hell far.
But you can just reach me at my cell number, 423-701-1026.
Now, ladies, too?
Oh, heck, if you want to.
Well,
yeah.
I didn't know if you were a taken man. I didn't want to put you on the market.
Oh, no.
Ladies,
hey, Spanky's single. He's always ready to mingle.
Ladies, if you're listening, or maybe fellas, you got a girlfriend you want to, a friend that you need to hook up somebody with, Spanky's here, and he's single, and he's always ready to mingle. I don't know what the hell we're doing here between Spanky and Tim. I'm going to have to develop an accent or something.
Oh yeah, but no, if you're out there, you're
Tim's
a sports team or you're a company or business, and you're just tired of the unpredictability of ordering your shirts, ordering your stuff, and you want someone to make your life easy and make things stress-free, just give us a call here at S&M Athletics. We'd love to help you.
SM
Athletics.
SM.
Tim has been on me about saying that because he's like, it's SM. I'm like, listen. Listen, I get so excited talking about it, I just forget all the words.
You can go get your jerseys made by a loser, or you can call Spanky.
That's
You're
right.
a champion.
You could be a winner or a loser in life. I know which one I want to be. I'm calling Spanky. Spanky, appreciate the time.
Appreciate you guys having me.
In the last 10 minutes, I think we've got a new pitching coach candidate for Josh Ely.
You know, we can get those boys dropping down in stance in unison at the very least. I'm a little suspicious that he is stacking the teams, though, I got to say.
He split his team up.
Yeah, but then he got a new one.
No.
I got a little suspicion.
You guys sound like the crying dads in the other league here. You just got to extend practice time for 30 more minutes and get your boys onto the level playing field that
everybody else gets
championship program running at.
Everybody else is getting one practice a week. He's getting two.
Go out there and
but he's only scheduling them for one practice a week.
With your parents of the kids on your family.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm going to ask the
we're
president.
Not beating Spanky's team without 2 practices a week. We got to fit one more in.
Bubba's having PTSD because he'd have been on the team that got beat 18-0. Bubba would have been on that T-ball team. He's having PTSD.
Bubba would just be worried about slapping singles, getting those gummy bears.
I was on the bad team my first year too. But I did get caught up. I got promoted to a better team the second year because I showed I could play a little bit. So the better coaches brought me on. But the first year I was on the team that got beat bad. I remember that. They'd hit the ball at left field, and I'd have to run from right field to go get it.
I was always on like the team that was like the second or third best, but never the very best team.
Yeah.
Because I held the team back,
but you're good vibes.
Hey, somebody had to be out there.
Somebody had to be out there. Somebody's got to finish second or third, Well, that was your youth baseball update.
I love that. He's got a dynasty rolling over there.
I would hate to umpire in that league, man.
Between that and
if a team goes up 15-0, I'm calling that game immediately.
It'd probably be quick nights for you, Bubba.
I do got to say, between that and I was scrolling Instagram last night, and our boy intern Matty, the artist formerly known as intern Matty, he's gone now. I clicked on his story on Instagram, and he's doing like a podcast with somebody, and he's dressed like Pat Riley, talking about the keys to like life and basketball. And I guess because he coached like their what's it called, not intramural, but club, their club basketball team. He's like giving all this advice about trial and error and how like in life life and in basketball you got to try things and see what works and does it. And I was like, what the hell is going on?
The same kid that told us 2s are worth more than 3s?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is going on here where we got Matty, again, dressed like Pat Riley and trying to put them on game about the keys to life and basketball. And then I got Spanky out here whipping people's ass. What the hell is going on? You want to try. You want to try things, and failing's okay.
I'm going to listen to that today.
Trial and error.
FIFA's probably worried about Matty dropping the ball, and he's over here doing a leadership summit.
Yeah. It was good for Matty. He looks good. But that's what I'm dealing with. Sinister Break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Back on the program. I'm still a little in shock of Spanky and him coaching 3 and 4 year olds. Like, who the hell thought that was a good idea?
Do we know if he has a kid out there on the team or if he's just doing it for the vibes?
Well, he said he's single and always ready to mingle, so I'm assuming.
Oh, you can be a single parent.
I mean, I know you can, but he's pretty young, so I mean, like,
little brother maybe.
He might
niece
just be
or nephew,
just in it for the love of the game.
He might just be in it to try to coach a dynasty. I kind of felt like as I was sitting here talking to Brother Spanky that I was dealing with the 3-year Letterman guy on Twitter, the local coaching legend. I kind of felt like I was dealing with someone who had been spun, in that same mold.
I can definitely tell you, as an umpire, if I were to umpire in that league, I'd be talking to other guys, be like, man, this dude just poor sportsmanship here. Let the kids just have at it, man.
Tim's on the hot seat as far as I'm concerned. Spanky is rising up the ranks just very quickly after the short 10-minute segment.
If Sam needs some apparel, he's not asking Tim. He's asking Spanky. You are right, though, in terms of our SM Athletic salespeople that do radio hits. Spanky's 10 minutes there were much better than anything Tim's ever given us. Much better. Maybe we let Spanky play trivia next week since I've been playing so bad. Maybe him versus Cody. Or no, I guess I need to beat Cody so then I can put that matchup together. It's all about mentality, though, I guess. You want that Mamba mentality, right? That killer instinct. I'm so annoyed by that. I was scrolling Twitter, and they got Kobe Bryant and Jalen Brunson sitting there, and they're like, the Mamba mentality is alive, and it's just Jalen Brunson looking focused, as if Kobe's the only NBA player that's ever been focused before.
You know who else was focused? Kevin Durant.
Yeah, what was going on with that? Because they're saying he's hiding in the bushes, but I feel like he was just happened to be walking next to a bush.
I don't know, man. He looks like inside that bush.
Yeah, maybe, but I thought maybe it was an optical illusion. Then I thought people were making fun of it because the girl wasn't very cute. But then some people are like, I'm just glad Kevin Durant's talking to a girl.
But also at the same time, like,
which I got hit with that one time when I posted my old lady on New Year's. Somebody's like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you're talking to a girl." And I was like, "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" Like, they tag their friends, like, "See, he does like girls." I was like, "Hold on a second, wait a minute, what?" Because that's kind of what they hit Kevin Durant with.
maybe he was just walking behind the bush. He looked really hidden. And he's a tall man. That's a really big bush. That's a tree. That's not a bush.
There's no coming back from hiding from a bush, though, and getting caught in a camera doing that. That girl's going to break up with you immediately. Like, I understand not wanting to be completely public with your lover if you're Kevin Durant and you're famous, but, like, you can't hide the bush. If you're walking, like, into a hotel or wherever they're walking, you got to just kind of, wear it at that point.
Apparently it was at Nobu, Malibu, too. Like,
Okay.
that seems like a TMZ, like, hotbed. Like, you can't – if Kevin Durant wants to stay out of the limelight, you can't be going to dinner at Nobu, Malibu.
Well, that's
I
part of
want
the
to know who
reason
this woman is.
that's part of the reason that I just don't think that he was jumping behind a damn bush, because there's no hiding there. You're Kevin Durant. It's like Kevin Durant probably can't really hide anywhere of just how tall he is. You know what I mean? Like, you see him, you're going to be queued up or you're gonna understand that he is a celebrity.
I immediately thought of that meme of Shaq standing behind that tree. You know what I'm talking about, where he's trying to hide too, but he's just clearly not.
Yeah. Do we know who the girl was?
I hope Katie's happy.
He hasn't tweeted anymore since he got busted in Burnerverse.
Really?
Not really. I mean, he hasn't really been on Twitter. It kind of derailed their team to the point where they might have to, like, you talk about like the potential trades and stuff and people reshuffling. Like, there's probably at least like a 40% chance the Rockets just trade him again.
And actually, he's just done a bunch of retweets from Boardroom.
Yeah,
His
he
last
just done
quote tweet was on April 13th.
He's basically only done the sponsored stuff. We lost one of our best tweeters because of it. And I guess he's like, hell, I can't get on the internet and argue with anyone anymore. Might as well get a girlfriend. Might as well settle down.
That's sad. I liked online Kevin Durant.
Me too. Game 2 tonight. Bubba, what's your level of interest when it comes to the Spurs trying to even up this series against the Knicks?
What time does it come on?
8:30.
Ooh. We'll catch second quarter onward.
Okay. You got plans at like 8:40? You got plans from like 8:40 to
We're
9 o'clock?
We're open, John.
You're back on the field tonight?
Yeah.
Does hearing Spanky motivate you to go out there and do a good job, or does it make you just want to?
No, it makes me want to be against coaches like that.
Well, you already kind of have been.
Yeah.
You've been punishing the better teams in your league already. You might be a good friend to have, Bubba. You can go out there and get $30 an hour just coaching ref and T-ball. You might be a good buddy to have.
I think I'm done with the umpiring.
Okay.
It's been an experiment, and I'm
not
not
going
liking
well.
the results.
Got to be getting over, though, right? It's getting ready to get so hot.
We're already in tournament time,
Okay.
so.
And I doubt you make the call to get to do like All-Stars, right? They're not going to bring you around to other places.
Fingers crossed I don't.
Yeah. I'm going to guess you haven't gotten graded. Like in sports, they grade the officials and they promote them as the playoffs and the tournament go on. I'm going to guess that you haven't gotten high enough marks to get invited to All-Stars. They bring Bubba into the Little League World Series. Dizzy Dean, he's getting to these tournaments, possibly. So you're upping tonight.
I will pay attention to the series, though.
Yeah, Knicks Spurs game 2. It is a obviously a vital game for the Spurs as they are trying to even the series. I thought Stephon Castle's comments yesterday were a little intriguing. I don't necessarily think they were wrong. I just found them to be intriguing, where he basically was like, yeah, we're basically trying to let Brunson do his thing. And if you look, Brunson shot the ball 31 times and only scored 30 points. He's like, our strategy kind of worked. Now, he did score 8 points in a row when it was crunch time, and he did hit a bucket that basically ended the game. But if you just look at his numbers, they're like, we can live with him scoring 30 points on 31 shots. The key is, like, we have to play better. And if you're the Spurs, there's probably some truth to that. Like if you go, 14 of 43 from three instead of 11 of 43 from three, maybe that game goes differently. If you just hit 3 more shots, but instead you shot 26%. You're not going to win very many NBA Finals games or NBA playoff games or really just NBA games in general shooting 26% from three.
Wouldn't we think that the Knicks are going to shoot better, though? Like, haven't they been shooting 40+% as a team from three, and they only shot 31?
There's probably something a little bit to that, Sam. Now, I will say I feel like they've shot better than they like.
They're due for kind of a regression to the mean a little bit.
Yeah, they've been hot. Like OG Anunoby in particular has been shooting fireballs out of his ass the entire playoffs, and he hit 2 really big threes in the fourth quarter. During the playoffs, he's been awesome from three. I mean, he busted the Hawks' ass from three. I mean, he shot 56% against us. Just 3 after 3 he kept hitting, and that was frustrating because that's not really who he is. He was 3 of 6 in game 1, and like I said, hit 2 big ones, including over Wemby. Now, he's a 38% shooter this year, so he's a good three-point shooter, but he's shooting, well above his average. So, yeah, you could probably say that the Knicks will shoot a little bit better, but if I'm the Spurs, I'm like, hey, we'll shoot a lot better, especially at home. Or at least that's the hope.
To me, the biggest surprise was like how much Cat was playing on Wemby. Yeah, I feel like we talked leading up to the series just about how good Anunoby was at like limiting Wemby just with being a plus length defender and like kind of having that physicality, but like Cat being able to go toe to toe, I feel like changes the math there.
It does for sure. And also like the thing that has bothered Karl Anthony Towns through most of his career has been, you can go back and look at any of his playoff series, foul trouble. Like for a big part of his career, he just could not quit making dumb fouls. He just commits dumb fouls and gets in foul trouble. And he didn't do that in game 1. Now, I do think, Sam, in a playoff series, there's going to be ebbs and flows. And you are going to see different looks at Wembanyama. Like, Victor will play better tonight. That was kind of what he did in, really throughout the playoffs, starting in Minnesota and then, last round against Oklahoma City. I felt like he would have a really good game, then a little bit of a dud. And you wondered, is he out of gas? Then he'd come back with another really good game. So I do expect him to be better tonight. They'll figure Cat out a little bit. And then you'll start putting different looks on him. And you do have that option of putting OG there. Now, something I saw in game 1 that I don't know if they're going to be able to really change coaching-wise is when Wembanyama, Big Vic, puts the ball on the floor, the Spurs are going to keep diving at him. They're going to keep, double sending a guy there, and they're going to be trying to shoot and disrupt his dribble. Because when you're 7'5", 7'6", obviously it takes longer for the ball to hit the ground, right? When you're dribbling from a lot higher than little guards. So you're able to get in there and swarm and disrupt him, and it seems like they were able to do that and force him into turnovers. I don't know how San Antonio counters that other than just telling Big Vic, hey, man, you got to operate from the free throw line in. No more hanging out on the perimeter. You're not playing Chet Holmgren this time, who's not very athletic and you can kind of have an advantage of. The Knicks are Bulldogs that are coming after the basketball, so you get your big ass inside the paint. It was kind of jarring seeing the juxtaposition of the shot charts between Wemby and Jalen Brunson. And they're like, one guy is basically 6 foot and the other 7'6". Pick which one. And one of the shot charts was basically all inside the restricted area. And the other was all on the perimeter. Obviously, you would think the short guy shooting from the outside and the big guy shooting from down low, but it was the opposite. It was Jalen Brunson just living in the paint, whereas the 7'5" guy, 7'6" guy is hanging out there trying to play point guard.
To me, that kind of feels like the next evolution of Wemby's game is like becoming a better post scorer, just having like a better bag maybe down low, where obviously no one's going to be able to compete with a 7'4" guy, but like what you say where he hangs out on perimeter a little bit too much, just being able to go back a guy down and say, hey, I'll get a bucket in post.
It's kind of funny or poetic or ironic, whatever words you want to use, but like Karl Anthony Towns is kind of the prototype here. in terms of the way Victor's career is going to go. Now, obviously, the ceiling's much higher with Big Vic, and like he's already better as a third-year player. But like Karl Anthony Towns, Bomani Jones, I don't know if you ever listened to him, but he used to make fun of Cat, and he'd say, he is not a big man, he's a tall man. And there's a difference. Karl Anthony Towns used to want to hang out on the perimeter and just shoot threes. Like he would argue with people about how he's the best shooting big man of all time. Which that is something to brag about, but at the same time, it's kind of missing the point. Brother, you're 6'11", you're 7 foot. Go down in the paint. Punish people. Play in the post, or at least have the option to do that. Now, Karl Anthony Towns has evolved, and he's better. I saw a stat that he already hit 6 layups against the Spurs, whereas Chet hit 5 the entire series against the Spurs. So, like, he was already more aggressive and willing to go to the rim and attack. But Big Vic, he kind of fits that mold, Sam, where he's tall man. He's not necessarily big man. He's super tall. He can be good around the rim because of his length, but it's not like he's developed like post games, post moves. So, yeah, like his evolution, he'll get better at that. And maybe Mitch Johnson, the Spurs coach, says, hey, we're forcing the issue down there tonight. Like you're getting on the block and you're going to make them foul you or at the very least double and triple team you, and then you're tall enough to pass out to open shooters. But if I was the Spurs, my focus would be on getting Karl Anthony Towns in foul trouble, or at least getting him off of Big Vic. The way I do that is I'm putting him in the post and saying, hey, you're going to contest every rebound and every, you're going to try to just be active. Because it does seem like the strategy is like, hey, let Jalen Brunson do his thing. We'll either try to tire him out or we'll make him inefficient. And he didn't shoot great. He showed up when it mattered in closing time. I give Brunson credit for that. He is the clutch player of the year for a reason. But, let's limit the other guys and try to make this a ball-dominant performance from Brunson. Because that is when the Hawks beat the Knicks, was when Brunson was trying to do it all by himself. That's when the Hawks were able to win 2 games from him. It's whenever Karl Anthony Towns decided he was going to be the best player on the court and be a creator and be aggressive that the series and the Knicks' luck has kind of changed.
I feel like even if they stop Brunson too, the Spurs need like their one veteran in De'Aaron Fox to play better too.
Did you see that yesterday? What happened to him?
No, what was it?
Bubba, did you see this? The Spurs have a weird relationship where they all kind of like roast each other and kind of argue with each other. So it seems like this might be done in a playful manner. But after game 1 of the finals ain't the time to play with me. Sometimes these kids play too much, as I imagine how some of the Spurs fans feel. But Dylan Harper, much like most 20-year-olds, very active on social media and very active on TikTok. And he reposted a TikTok that was essentially just bashing De'Aaron Fox, calling him James Harden, and just talking all this. So, like, Dylan Harper probably did it, trying to kind of roast De'Aaron Fox, because they've been doing some weird stuff in the post-game press conferences and in the media, kind of playing with each other. But like I said, game 1, after I throw a stinker up and I go out there and I what were his stats? He was 0 for 4 from 3 and
3 of 13.
Yeah, 3 of 13 from the field. Now's not the time to get online and make fun of me, brother. Now's not the time to be playing. We got to lock in, because you're helping further the narrative that, yeah, the Spurs have one max player. When you look at their salary cap, I told you, Big Vic, Harper, Castle, those guys make $40 million. There's one guy on the team that actually makes a whole bunch of money, and that's De'Aaron Fox, who has a contract right now, that pays him $37 million. That goes up to $50 the next year. That'll be $61 by the time it's over in 2030. He has $260 million guaranteed from the Spurs. He's supposed to be their best player. He's not. He's more like the 4th or 5th guy. But I don't need you going online and making fun of me, brother. We need to band together right now. So you're right, Sam. They do need more from De'Aaron Fox. And it does seem like the people in the locker room kind of know that too. I'm interested in game 2, though, because nothing to me has really changed. The Spurs are still young. The Knicks are still kind of on an all-time heater, playing with as much confidence as you've probably ever seen an NBA team play with right now. I do think the Spurs win game 2, but it wouldn't shock me if the Knicks just beat them in game 2 and really put the pressure on them. But I think we'll get a big-time Wembanyama game tonight just because that's what his MO has been. Struggle and then ball out the next game. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
School is out, so let's kick off summer with your Knoxville Smokies. This week is a huge week for your Smokies. He's back. It's the king himself. It's Elvis night on Thursday. Get your herd together because it's Chick-fil-A night on Friday with postgame fireworks. Live wrestling and fireworks for wrestling night on Saturday and Sunday. It's our kids' summer kickoff. Yes, it's June 7th. 6-7. It's jam-packed, so get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen, ayy. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Morning booming from 7 to 10.
Hour number 3. Let's head over to the Memorial for a Memorial Tournament scoreboard update, courtesy of our friends at Inward Half. Sam's got his Inward Half on. I got my Inward Half on. We look a little different, though. You look sharp. I look comfy. I am comfy.
Comfy shirts.
Bubba's wearing
an Inward Half prototype.
An Inward Half prototype. We'll see if we can get Todd to cook up something there. Over at the Memorial at Jack's Tournaments, Ryan Gerard has now taken a 3-shot lead thanks to his quick start in his second round. He has 3 under through 6 holes. He now sits at 8 under 3 shots ahead of J.J. Spahn, Wyndham Clark, and Tommy Fleetwood, 3 guys who have not teed off yet. 2-time defending champion Scotty Scheffler. Sam, were you surprised at his slow start yesterday? I know he hasn't been good, in round 1 so far this year, but he was 1 over in his first round, and 6 shots off the lead.
Yeah, he looked pretty solid on the front 9, and then he got to the back, and it just kind of unraveled for him. If you saw the viral moment of him on 16 where he just comes up, I don't even know what him or his caddy was thinking, hitting like a 7-iron from 200-something yards. I don't care about the wind.
It was
Scotty
interesting.
Don't got that in his bag.
It was interesting to me that because golf, I feel like, tries to take off like any embarrassing like clips. I feel like they do like the copyright strike and like get videos taken down. That one's still up, which I kind of appreciate because I do find that interesting. Scotty Scheffler, was he passive aggressively like telling his caddy that he picked the wrong club?
That's what it seemed like to me.
Because he's like, you don't understand how frustrating that is. I hit it perfect. I hit my 7-iron perfect and it's in the water. And then the caddy just fires back. Well, maybe you shouldn't hit it there. AK, like, you're the one that tried to cut the water too close, brother, to like put it a little bit further to the right.
I think some of the struggles that you've seen, struggles in Scotty's sense, like he's still playing really
finishing
solid
top
golf,
10 versus winning the tournament.
Yeah. But like, it has been interesting in his dominant run last year. Everyone was like, man, this guy's so cool, calm, collected. Like he never gets too high, too low. And like, the thing on Scotty when he was in college was like his temper was terrible. He's almost like too competitive, and then bringing in this caddy kind of helped him mellow out. And so I think going from like dominating golf to then this year kind of coming back a little bit into his standards, I'm sure just for a guy of his like competitive nature is kind of hurting him.
Well, also, from a semi-uneducated thing, when I watch the footage, they talk about how his swing's a little messed up, and I do know the stats are showing that like his iron game isn't nearly as good as it was the previous years whenever he was dominating the sport. I mean, he was the best iron player, and now it had gone down to like in the 70s or 80s. Like, I mean, he was basically just an average iron player now. I know at the Memorial you have to be a good iron player, although I feel like we say that at pretty much every tournament. This is about who's the best in the irons on the approach. And he hasn't been nearly as good this year as he has been the last couple years. So it does feel like there's probably a reason for frustration. Mm-hmm. Not a profitable time to be betting on Scotty Scheffler, either his round unders or just him to win the tournament. Like you're losing money.
The market has like overcorrected to what he did last year to where it's just like
it hasn't really. The results have corrected, but the market hasn't. He's still getting listed as a plus 300
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like you can't find a way to make money off the guy because even like his round over unders are still they're still assuming that he's going to be in Scotty Scheffler form.
I was going to say just the market hasn't corrected. They need to correct the market because you could make money just betting the overs every round, and like he gets listed as a big-time favorite, and he is not worthy of being a big-time favorite. Like, I don't understand how in any tournament you could go in there and see him at plus 300 and Rory at 10-1 and think that Scotty's a better bet. Like, not saying Rory's going to win every week or whatever, but, like, Rory at 10-1 feels like a much better bet week in, week out than Scotty at plus 300. But Ryan Gerard, 3 shots clear right now. Scotty set the tee off here, I believe, at 10:25 is the number, I believe. Yeah, 10:25. So we'll see if he or somebody else can make a run. Rough day for Cameron Young as well. He shot 1 over. He shot 1 over in the morning session, too. I know the afternoon session is a little bit tougher, but he shot 1 over in the morning session, so he's put himself in a bind for today, having to go out and play better in the afternoon. Let's hit some headlines. What you got, Bubba?
What do I got? Well, John, funny you should ask.
Okay.
I was just stalling for time there if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I know.
A 4th-generation Hokie family has made a record-setting $75 million donation to Virginia Tech's athletics department and honors college. The previous largest athletics gift to the university was $20 million, according to Yahoo Sports. James Franklin.
I give the Hokies a lot of credit. I give their fans a lot of credit, or their fan. I don't know if this one guy is the one that cut the $75 million check. It kind of seems like he was. I give this a one fan credit for stepping up, because it's kind of like it's a college football fan or a college fan's like pipe dream of just having one rich booster kind of step up and change your stars. And it does seem like Virginia Tech has properly been embarrassed over the last decade, as they have slipped to just being a bottom tier ACC team. ACC, used to have like 2 or 3 teams that mattered, and Virginia Tech was always one of them. And that hasn't been the case the last decade. So I do appreciate somebody stepping up and saying, enough's enough. They had James Franklin fall in their lap, kind of like Rick Barnes fell in Tennessee's lap. You could say that James Franklin and Rick Barnes are pretty similar. A lot of success, but no real big success. Never really broke through and won the big game. The one Final Four, the one semifinals, but like for the most part, it was like, hey, really good in the regular season. We'll see what happens. That was the book on Rick Barnes at Texas, especially. Gets to Tennessee, gets a second chance. Tennessee rallies behind him, gets the money people in line, and next thing you know, boom, your program's in good shape. Virginia Tech has a chance to kind of do that themselves. Hey, James Franklin fell in your lap. James Franklin's not a championship-level coach at the national level, but he can compete for conference championships, and he can compete for division championships and win a whole bunch of football games. That's what Virginia Tech needs. And now you got the money people saying, hey, we can help buy your roster. We can help do the things you need to help give you a chance to actually do something big here. So I'm kind of rooting for Virginia Tech.
You spoke about Rick Barnes there. Well, this is something to rile you up a little bit here. Vanderbilt guard Tyler Tanner reveals that he was never really transferring to Tennessee. In an interview with Gentry Estes of the Tennessean, people even after the portal had closed were like, nah, he coming to Tennessee. Tanner told him, he's like, I'm not coming to Tennessee. It was wild.
And then he didn't come to Tennessee. Look, he can say that now.
I'd say that too. I'm not going there.
Yeah, like you can easily say that now that like you entered the portal, or excuse me, you tried to go pro. It didn't work out for you. You didn't enter the portal because you thought you were going pro. You kind of closed that door for you, and you came back to Vandy, and Vandy's going to give you a nice chunk of money. All's well that ends okay there. I'm fine with that. But at the same time, I don't think he's being truthful when he's downplaying that Tennessee was – he's acting as if Tennessee was never an option. And I don't believe that. Because, we've got it on pretty good authority that there was multiple conversations that happened there between Tyler Tanner and Tennessee. High-dollar conversations happened there between Tyler Tanner and Tennessee. But he didn't transfer. So, of course, now you say you were never going to. Obviously. That makes sense to me. Vandy's going to be a good basketball team again, though. It's a huge turn of events for them. They get to keep their best player and still be comfortably a top 20 team in the preseason, I would imagine. Maybe even higher than that, top 15. A top 5 SEC team. They're in good shape.
I mean, they're a top 10 SEC team.
They are a top 10 SEC team. I'd say they're top 5 SEC team, probably.
Trying to give him too much credit here, John.
I might be, but I think Tyler Tanner's really good. Tyler Tanner is a stud, and in terms of returning players to the conference, is he not the best one? Is he not the best one in the conference, Sam?
I'd probably give it to those Florida guys that are coming back.
I was going to say one of those Florida guys maybe, but Tyler Tanner
put him
to
on
me,
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, Tyler Tanner to me is in the conversation. It's so weird because you say like preseason, maybe he'd be like the SEC Player of the Year preseason, but there's some really good transfers that have come in here too. So I don't know how they get voted on or treated in the preseason before they've played any SEC ball, but it's a big get for Vanderbilt, and of course he's going to try to now poke the rivals a little bit. Anything else, Bubba?
John, do you care about data centers at all?
I don't know what data centers do. I haven't looked into this enough. What I know about data centers is that they seem like they take up a lot of electricity and a lot of water.
So, there's an issue happening out in Nashville near the zoo, especially.
I saw this where they're trying to build a new data center in Nashville, basically adjacent to the zoo. And the zoo is like, no, please don't. This might kill the animals. Or at least like mess them up. I feel like that's a pretty easy request. Like we should probably try to protect that land that's near the zoo. This feels like a reasonable request.
It's a lot of situations like this because the big one happening, in the world is in Utah, where Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank wants to buy over 40,000 acres, for projects and stuff like that.
What are the data centers doing?
Just collecting all your data, every Google search, and
we have
all
to have
your
somewhere to
history and stuff
store. We
like
have to
that.
have a
Yeah.
place to run the equipment, run the engines and stuff. Maybe I should read about this because it does seem like a pretty big deal.
And he's like, nah, actually, I'll shrink it from 40,000 acres to 20,000, which Manhattan is only 14,000 and some change for acres, I think. So that's still a place like that. And then also Jared Kushner's trying to do something over in Albania, and they're protesting too.
AI just sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say AI sucks. Like, especially there might be some benefit to it down the road that I'm unaware of, and like maybe there's some medical stuff that it can help you with, and
Was
maybe
Google not good enough?
I don't need to see your business using all those AI to just build their flyers for them. Just take 20 minutes and let somebody do it for you. At least when it comes to the expense of like drinking water or drinking water, and it does seem like it's churning up a lot of that. Life was life not fine without AI? Like you said, just
I thought it was pretty solid.
Was Google not good enough?
Yeah, but then Google wanted to implement AI into their own thing, where they have to pay people and just have all these automated programs and algorithms giving you results instead of whatever.
Right, but were things not already good enough? Were we not technologically advanced enough? I was reading something about how like I guess Gen Alpha and the Zoomers are kind of now mostly the Zoomers are at the point where they're like over technology and they kind of just want to disconnect now because the new technology has gone too far. They don't like it. I do wonder if there's a pushback to that of just like, hey, we don't really need all this. Now, I don't want to give up my smartphone per se, but I don't need my smartphone to do everything for me. I just need to be able to scroll the internet every now and then, Google some stuff. I don't know. It does feel gross, especially at the expense of all of our drinking water. Anything else, Bubba?
Cody never really mentioned that Caleb Williams became the Madden cover athlete, but also EA dropped their trailers for both Madden and the NCAA College Football 27 yesterday.
It seems like people are fired up.
There's a positive reception. It seems like they're making some positive changes to Dynasty mode, possibly bringing back the mascot mode that people have been asking for.
Well, I think that they showed the picture of that. So, I think that is coming back. They are teasing that that's coming back. So, but I saw people excited for Madden too.
And then they're implementing the tush push in Madden.
Well, I saw people who didn't like the tush push, but like
I love it.
The GM stuff on Madden, the Dynasty stuff, apparently a big upgrade there. So I did see a positive reaction. Typically, Madden especially gets a negative reaction.
I mean, all the games, they're all the same game.
Right. But people weren't saying that this go around. They were saying, hey, this actually looks like they have made some real strides here.
Only one way to find out.
I know a big thing about NCAA 27 people are fired up about is, I guess, like an improved NIL. You're going to have to actually like manage NIL in your Dynasty mode.
Like you have a dollar amount, basically.
Yeah,
you're kind of working with.
Yeah,
budget.
I don't know about that, like the particulars, but like it did seem like you have to negotiate with your like certain players, and you have a budget, where you can go out there and either make yourself competitive or at least have a cap where you can't get every 5-star. That was positively received, so we'll see.
And then you mentioned
2026 came and went. I played 2 games on that. I played 25 a lot. Even at home, I bought it and played a lot. Here at the office, I played 2 games. I was like, I don't really like this as much, and didn't even bother buying it. Didn't mess around with Dynasty at all. 27, we'll see.
The president is making headlines. He will be attending Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Also, he's going to give the weird Freedom 250 concert series. He's kind of scrapping that in. Now he's just going to be rallying for a good portion.
Just from a comedic standpoint, the Knicks going up 2-0 and then Donald Trump showing up and the Knicks losing Game 3 is probably the funniest, right? Just like them going on this big, long win streak where they're kicking everybody's ass. They're in complete control. And then President Trump shows up and it turns into like a sideshow circus. Half the crowd's booing
like
him.
A Curb Your Enthusiasm episode almost.
Yeah, it's like when Larry tripped Shaq. Like he shows up and all of a sudden the mojo gets switched. And then the Spurs come back and win 4 in a row and win the series, or 5, win in 7 and win the series. And then it turns everybody's mad about the jinx. That's the funniest outcome. Might be what I'm rooting for. Big weekend here in Knoxville, recruiting-wise. We'll dive into that a little bit after the break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Don't let me down.
Big recruiting weekend over on the hill. DGG, David Gabriel. Sam, we confirmed it's just George's. Do we just?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. I always get a little nervous when I say it. George's arrived in town late last night, and it's go time right now as he's on campus, joined by some family members, coming off of what seems like a good weekend at Ohio State. I say that just because the crystal balls came in, people predicting that he ends up at Ohio State. Now Tennessee gets their turn to woo him. How important is this get to you for Josh Heupel and Tennessee staff? Are we overstating this, or is it actually as big of a deal as everyone's acting?
I'm pretty sure this kid's going to be like really, 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 really good.
Okay.
I don't think you find too many just the way he's built already around a 4.38 40. Like,
I mean, he looks like an absolute stud.
You pair him with Faison Brandon, like that's crazy good to me.
It's a narrative changer for sure, because if he goes to Tennessee, then it's like, oh, this great in-state kid, what's going to happen? And we call him in-state because he goes to Baylor, not because he's, French Canadian or whatever. But if he goes elsewhere, we get to spin the whole he's a bust who can't pass block, which is the stance I'm taking right now.
It is kind of funny, and Bubba, I do think you're spot on. It is a narrative changer for good or bad, right? Like if Tennessee lands DGG, I think that is one of the biggest recruiting victories you've had. Now, I don't want to be too hyperbolic because you've had some big ones, like landing
TK Keys was pretty big, I felt like.
Yeah, landing him, beating Ohio State for David Sanders was huge. Faison Brandon, I mean, you only beat North Carolina, like really, I feel like, but like that was still a big
especially like Bill Belichick, like excitement there, a little bit of buzz.
Yeah.
You could see him getting a big time guy.
Yeah, it felt like Faison, there wasn't really anybody really, or Nico. I feel like you had both those guys kind of in the boat, and neither one of them really wavered. But like you've had some big recruiting victories. So I don't want to say this is the biggest one ever. That's too hyperbolic. But like in terms of changing the narrative, beating Ohio State for this guy, when it does seem like Ohio State has a full court press on for him, would just further cement Josh Heupel's standing as a recruiter and be a good statement for, Tennessee overall.
I also just think this is like a cherry on top into like all those recruiting battles that we're talking about. You've got Faison Brandon at quarterback. You've got Tristan Keys at wide receiver. You've got David Sanders as your tackle. You bring in DGG here as that running back. You feel like you've got just like a crown jewel at every single position basically on your offense. And then you've hopefully bringing in Jim Knowles to kind of just run his show himself kind of on the defense, and you feel like you've got some good pieces in place there.
Okay, so that's part of what I'm asking here. Okay, so do you think that this is a recruiting battle? Do you think that one running back is, and I know in Sam's case you're saying it's one running back plus what else you have at other positions, but like is this one that puts you in a national championship type of window? Like that then you feel like you actually have enough blue chip talent to where you could make the playoff and actually make a deep run? Is that how important this guy is, Sam?
In my opinion, yeah. Like, there's no more. I mean, depending on maybe what we see out of that Jim Knowles defense, to me, there's no more like, we're just missing some firepower. We got to go get a couple more big name guys, and then we can go compete with those big programs that we want to be able to, put ourselves up on the tier one of college football with type of thing. Like you got close against Georgia last year. I think that kind of signaled to some people like, hey, we're in year 6 now of Heupel. Like, yeah, we should be competing against Georgia. We should be staying in these games, especially at home, and we should be winning these recruiting battles that hopefully go on to, put you up into that level with just roster-wise with those other top programs.
Well, if that's the stakes that we're dealing with this weekend, then yeah, Tennessee needs to blow it out of the water. And I don't disagree with what you're saying. I don't disagree with what you're saying. And I do think that your point of having a guy at every level on the offense, I mean, you've got some 5-star receivers. You got a 5-star quarterback. You've got a 5-star sophomore, left tackle. If you added in an actual game breaker at running back, yeah, like you could have game changers at every position. If you feel that way, that's a huge, huge weekend then for Josh Heupel and landing him. So with that being said, Sam, is there pressure on Josh Heupel? Do you judge him negatively if he can't land this? Or is it just like hey, we gave it everything we had. He chose to go to Ohio State, one of, if not the premier college football program in the country right now?
I think I do judge it a little bit because, the run game has been it's been so great under Josh Heupel with kind of whoever you have in there. You've hit on some really good running back evaluations at like the 3-star and 4-star level, but I do feel like back-to-back years, you went after 5-star running back in Savion Heiter. You missed on that one. Now you're going, again, heavy after a 5-star running back. To me, that kind of signals maybe from an offensive standpoint, like, man, we just need an elite running back in here to kind of finish this thing off maybe.
It is kind of funny that we cannot land a running back. When you look at, the running back does seem to be the position we all kind of look at and say, hey, there's some wide running lanes here, and there's some production, and it's not like you've not gotten guys in the NFL. Now, you haven't gotten them there, the same clip or same prestige as Ohio State has, of course, right? When you look at what they've done the last couple drafts, but it's not like guys haven't gotten to the next level.
When you look from a starting point, though, I think what I would argue from a recruiting standpoint is those guys that committed to Ohio State were kind of already thought of as elite talents of, hey, this guy has NFL aspirations. Whereas I'm sure Jalen Wright deep down personally, he's I want to go play in the NFL, but I don't know if it was a consensus from a recruiting standpoint that Jalen Wright's going to go be an NFL running back or Dylan Sampson type of thing. And you got him to that point.
And I do wonder what the psyche is of a 5-star. I obviously not a 5-star athlete. It's never been in that position. But I imagine you have some confidence of I'm going to the NFL no matter where I go, especially at the running back position. If you're a defensive back, you need to go to a good coach that teaches you technique, that teaches you how to do certain things. If you're a quarterback, you need to go somewhere that's going to foster your ability. Running back, I feel like that's as simple as hey man, I'm faster and stronger and bigger than these guys. I can go play as long as there's a good offensive line there. I'm good. And really, I'd be hey, as long as there's just an offensive line, I'll be able to make something happen.
And then I think I would look at you going and hiring Derek Owings, being one of the best strength coaches in the country, and saying, well, I'm already a physical freak. If I stay here for a couple years under this guy's strength program, I'm going to be looking like Derrick Henry going into the NFL type of thing.
It's true. And like I said, I do think the 5-stars probably do have confidence of knowing hey, I'm probably going to make it no matter where I go. But at the same time, you would probably listen and take into account. There's a reason Nick Saban kept getting all his 5-stars at Alabama. You know what I mean? Because there's proof of concept of, hey, you come here, I got the path to get you where you want to go and have you suited the best possible way that you can be. I imagine Ohio State's going to be able to sell that better than Tennessee will be at this point. That being said, it's not, an hour and a half down the road from where he went to high school. And apparently that matters. Austin Price, who covers Tennessee recruiting better than anybody, has said Tennessee's biggest strength here is that, his inner circle wants him at Tennessee, not just his family, but his buddies, he's got, it'd be close to his friends, and that matters. I have a hard time, going back to the question I asked you, I have a hard time really blaming Heupel or putting pressure on him if he's not able to land this guy. It's a big recruiting battle, of course. losing to Ohio State is at least defensible. You know what I mean? Losing Ty Simpson back in the day to Alabama was defensible. Like it is what it is. It kind of stunk, but like, hey, you could see it kind of, you could see the rationale there.
I mean, yeah, the fact that you're in contention with programs like this shows a lot where you are as a program yourself.
I don't know if you'd be in on this guy if he wasn't in Tennessee, though. Like, I don't know if we just kind of got lucky that this freak.
I mean, I think
went
we'd
to
offer
high school
him.
right
I
down
don't
the
know if
road.
we'd recruit him heavily, but
Yeah.
I feel like we'd at least extend an offer out.
Sure, but like the fact that like we seem to be one of the top 2 teams, I do think he kind of got lucky. He was going to high school just right down the road. If he was, going to prep school at IMG at Florida or somewhere in California, maybe he doesn't even think twice about Tennessee. I don't know. But like if you lost him to Ohio State, it would suck. But I think I could at least be like, okay, I understand the logic. The other schools mentioned like Ole Miss or LSU, that would be a little bit different, right? That would be like, you kidding me? Really? Ohio State, you kind of got to tip your cap to them. Like I said, they're one of, if not the premier program in the country. Tennessee's got a long list of visits, long list of guys trying to play college ball at the next level, some prospects. You got a group of them here this weekend. We'll see if Tennessee is able to, woo them. I would imagine DGG is going to get the most attention. On the basketball side, you had some news there yesterday too, as Malachi Jordan, a top 15 prospect, revealed that he has set up an official visit in Knoxville the weekend of September 26th. It's kind of weird now in today's climate that your big football games, and Texas is going to be a huge one. It's almost more of a recruiting weekend for other sports because it feels like most of the big prospects have made up their mind before their season starts, on the football side. It'd be nice to get DGG there for that game, but he has a commitment date already kind of set here in the next couple weeks.
I saw, I guess it's promoted or one of the accounts, but there's a guy, I guess, last name Baker, quarterback prospect, who's like taking this luxury vehicle to Tennessee's visit this weekend.
Okay.
Thought that was kind of iffy. Also, one thing that put out, so we saw, Owings put out the whole, new fixture setup happening over on campus there. The basketball court, the backyard barbecue, patio style. Is it worry that's next to almost like a substation?
It doesn't worry me.
A lot of ACLs could be, if those guys are playing basketball right across the street from the substation trying to wind down after a day of practice. Uh-oh.
You're saying they're going to eat too many sandwiches? Is that what you're saying?
the ACLs might be falling off the bone like that barbecue there.
What are you saying, Bubba?
I don't understand what you're getting at either.
We've practiced there. We've been practicing
I'm
there.
trying to create a narrative
The location
here.
hasn't changed. We just expanded the practice facility.
Are you comparing it to like the 49ers facility?
Yeah.
Like what substation are you talking about? What am I missing here? Talking about like Jersey Mike's or like what are we saying? Is there?
I mean, there is that like it's over there like in the outfield of the baseball stadium. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I have no clue what you guys are talking about. Other than like I know the 49ers, that they get hurt playing next to a facility, and Bubba's trying to ask me if I'm worried about something that I've never given any.
I think
any
Bubba's
thought
just
to.
worried about this new basketball field harvesting or basketball court harvesting ACLs.
And as far as Derek Baker, you're saying he's showing up in what, a luxury car, Bubba? The quarterback prospect?
But I mean, Bubba, our practice facility is like literally right in the back there. We've been
Don't
practicing
pay him
there
no mind
for
don't,
years.
Don't pay him no mind about this. He's trying to create a negative narrative. He's trying to give us bad news. Pay him no mind. Bubba, now what were you talking about? Our quarterback, Derek Baker, the prospect that's going to be on campus this weekend. What are you saying about him?
He's, I guess, already got an NIL deal with like Lux Spot or whatever the company was called. It's like a luxury like Sprinter van.
Okay, so he's pulling up in that.
I believe so.
Okay.
Which do we want a high school kid that already has an NIL deal?
It's kind of surprising to me. I mean, I know he's a prospect of like blowing up, but like when you just look at his recruiting profile, they're not very highly rated.
Pretty sure Georgia wants that kid pretty bad.
Right, yeah. Like when I look at the offer list, though, it does seem like he's one that's going to blow up the rankings. Like it does feel like Tennessee's there early in the boat, you know. And he's already committed here. He's just coming here to kind of hang out and maybe do some recruiting for you. So he's one you got in early. I imagine the rankings will go up, but the basketball Malachi Jordan, a 5-star on the composite rankings. He has said that he will be here in Knoxville for the Texas game on the 26th. I say that just to kind of drive home that it doesn't feel like Rick Barnes is necessarily thinking retirement just yet. We keep trying to push Rick out the door, trying to force him to retire. Seems like with all this newfound money and getting, sprinkling in a couple 5-stars here and there and a couple big transfers here, he might be still able to build something. We'll keep an eye on DGG this weekend. I imagine that you'll have this kind of get shifted back nationally to a 50-50 thing after the weekend.
You think we're going to get some crystal balls in Tennessee's favor here in the next 24 hours or so?
I kind of think so. If you don't, I'd be a little alarmed about it. But like I said, I trust Austin Price, and he has maintained that Tennessee is still in a good position and that he hasn't heard anything that any type of decision or any type of like Ohio State having a lead that can't be caught this weekend. He says everybody he talks to in Georgia's camp isn't giving that inclination. So I do think you'll at least come back. Maybe not getting crystal balls yourself, Sam, but just to the point where some people might be like, you know what, I was a little premature there. This is still kind of up in the air. At least that's the hope. If you come out and you don't feel like if you don't feel like you grabbed any of that momentum back, you might just go ahead and say it's a wrap. That's what makes this weekend so fun to keep up with. Send us to break. Last call on the other side. We'll wrap up this show. We'll get you to your weekend. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you. Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
PG Talk. The date that you are looking for, July 22nd, is the commitment date. I said Ole Miss and LSU, but Ole Miss and Georgia are the other two schools where he is scheduled to visit in the coming weeks. Seems as if he'll go to Ole Miss next weekend and then Georgia the weekend after. But all accounts so far have said it's pretty much a two-team race. Now we'll see if any of those other two teams I mentioned can get in the mix. But feels like it's a battle between Tennessee and Ohio State. And as Sam has called it, a big one for Josh Heupel. Some pressure there for Josh Heupel to get it done. Last call here on the program as we get you to your weekend. You make me think of the Austin Price Joker gif he tweeted out. It's just the here we go.
Yeah, I saw that.
Does that just mean the visit starts? And
that's kind of what I was thinking,
Yeah.
but I'd hope it's maybe something better.
I imagine it just means like, hey, this is the weekend a lot of people have been waiting for. Here we go. The visit officially starts 9 a.m. They wake up, they get there. Time to go through their day.
Do you think it registers at all to DGG, like how many grown men are like really, really hopeful for like this weekend, like his little weekend trip that he's on?
It's something
that registers in his head.
It's something I've always found weird. Like, I don't really like talking about recruiting. I understand it's very important. I do, obviously. Like, I know that it's something you got to do, and I know the audience cares about it. And look, I'm rooting for this guy to come here too, but I've always just found it so strange because it'd be so weird to be a 17, 18-year-old kid and just be thinking about how many people are thinking about you and tracking you. Like, I think the idea of just recruiting reporting is weird. Like calling these kids and trying to ask for updates. I had a good friend who was doing that, back, hell, he's only 25, 26 at the time. And I thought that was weird. He was having to just follow 15, 16-year-old kids and constantly call them and ask them for updates. But hey, we want it. We need the news. And those kids are very powerful when it comes to now their earning power, how much money they can make, and B, like the happiness and mental well-being of so many people and the economy of, Knoxville. Knoxville's bigger than most SEC cities or most college towns, but like the better the team is, the more money that comes in the city.
It's clearly a necessary evil. It just makes me laugh that like this 18-year-old kid's getting on his private jet from Chattanooga to Knoxville to just go visit a college to see where he's going to play football. And like, there's plenty of 40 to 50-year-old men whose like happiness hinges on this guy.
It is very gross, and I feel gross talking about it, and I feel gross caring about it. But at the same time, I do care about this particular player.
Yeah.
Now, most of the players that come on campus that visit, I couldn't really care less. Like of the, there's 20 names, I think, give or take, that are here this weekend. I'm not going through Malik Howard and trying to figure out what he's going to do, or, Cole Crawford, Christian Mays. Like, if they commit here, good. Happy for them. I want the guys that want to be here, and I'll look and see, 4-star. That's nice. Oh, well, okay. I'll deal with it when they commit. But DGG has been talked about enough that I do feel invested, and it does make me feel a little gross. But hell, you called him a national championship type of player, one that that raises our ceiling, and that you need those guys if you're going to break through and win. So, like I said, it is gross, but it is a big deal.
I'm not trying to act like I'm above following recruiting.
Yeah.
It just makes me laugh, like thinking about the dynamic of that.
Yeah, no, it's true. And you asked if I think he knows he has that power. I'd imagine they're somewhat aware of it. If not, at least he knows that he can command,
I guess, maybe
$1 million a year already from like this. Like, I would imagine he's like, hey, I want this deal worked on, and like, you're going to go ahead and pay me now. And we're going to have a nice number agreed upon before I even step foot on campus. I'm going to already get this nice signing bonus. I would say he knows what type of power he has there, because they're about to be, I don't want to say rich as a family, but they're about to be flush with cash whenever he decides where he's going.
I think I'm more saying, like, do you think he is like flattered by, like, people that would be like, oh man, you got to come here, you got to come there? Or at what point does it just get like weird of just like, man, I'm going to make my own decision, and like, you're just going to have to deal with it. Like, I don't need the messages from, Vol Daddy 98 type of thing, or
everybody tweet at him and let him know.
Buckeye Bob type of thing.
Everyone tweet at him and let him know that you want him there. Send stuff to his house, his dorm. I mean, if you send it to Baylor, they might let you send, get by, just address it to the school.
Attention, David Gabriel Georges.
Yeah. Do they still have? Did that website ever take off where you could like basically pay recruits?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
like
about.
Crowdsourcing, and like basically which fan base gives more money, and he only gets the money if he goes to that school. Did that ever take off the ground at all, or did NIL just the collectives kill that?
I don't feel like it did.
Okay. Because I was thinking about with him, if he just put it up to an auction between like us and Ohio State, I would imagine Tennessee would win. I know Ohio State's got a lot of money, but like I do feel like Tennessee.
I think our common fans care more than their common fans, but their boosters would maybe outboost ours.
I was going to say, I feel like, and what you said might be true, but I just feel like he means more to us than he means to them.
It's fair.
Both to our fan base and probably to like Josh Heupel. He matters more getting him here and keeping him in state, but also like getting those blue chip players. Ohio State already has their fair share of blue chip national championship players. We're still trying to kind of put those together. I'd like to see a bidding war. Bubba, what did we miss so far today? And by we, I mostly mean you.
That's hilarious.
Since you were in charge of headlines.
VFL Chad Dallas makes his debut for the Toronto Blue Jays.
How'd he do?
They gave him the win last night. He threw 3.2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can't some guys will have elite, stellar, like, first debuts. This guy.
Sam, are you surprised
by
this?
The fact that he's caught up in the show, good for him.
I didn't really think he had big league stuff when he was here.
This is a little surprising.
Like, I thought he was more so just, like, kind of maximizing what he had, and he was a good guy that kind of ate up innings, and he was reliable at the top of the the rotation and all that, but, like, it didn't feel like he was necessarily throwing the hardest or, destined for big league success.
I haven't necessarily like kept up with the Jays too much. So I don't know, like how injured they are as a team, or like if they're just really needing pitching type of thing.
Is he coming up, Bubba, as a starter or just kind of as a arm out of the bullpen?
This looks like he was an arm out of the bullpen. I believe Fluharty got the start last night for the Blue Jays.
Okay. Because, I mean, like, I remember he's like a 4 ERA guy at Tennessee. It wasn't like he had electric. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of surprising. But congrats to him on making it. And you never have enough arms out of your bullpen if you need guys to eat up innings. So, I mean, there's a path there. So, I'm rooting for his success. Seems like Tennessee has done a pretty good job of getting guys to the pros. And, like, it's obvious there's just going to be more and more, especially pitchers. Still waiting on.
I mean, if you can get your guys opportunities to play in the minors, from there, anything can happen.
Yeah.
But if they can at least get to, like, the single A level, then there's a high chance that they can maybe one day make a debut.
Which, shout out to Drew Gilbert. Drew Gilbert, did you see his catch? Him rob that home run yesterday?
I didn't.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice play. He got out to the center field wall and then timed it up, and it was pretty much one of those you took 2 steps and jumped over the fence. I don't really ever see the guy treat it like a basketball dunk, but he kind of did that way. He took 2 steps and jumped and snagged it right over the wall.
Did he hump the wall on his way down?
I did not see any humpage. There, but he did do, of course, in Drew Gilbert fashion, he kind of pimped it a little bit. He didn't necessarily go crazy at first. He just started strutting, and the announcer was like, I think he caught it. He did. That's one of the greatest catches you'll ever see.
That is a nice snag.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to reiterate a point that Nick Saban is a baby back.
Whoa. What's he doing?
Just, talking about the other day, NIL and Alabama's roster and all that good stuff. And then there's photos come out where players are standing next to their Dodge Chargers and stuff. And it's like, Nick Saban, you're a lying sack of.
Whoa.
Getting rule changes, too, about defensive substitutions because, was it Utah? That was an embarrassment that one time.
I do think the rule changes were for the better in terms of just not, like, at least like having to give the guys a chance to sub and all that. What Baylor was doing to the sport and Art Briles, just hiding people on the sideline and running them out immediately after incomplete passes, that wasn't good for anybody. No more cussing, Nick Saban. But he is crying. He is a big crybaby. Anything going on in sports this weekend outside of the NBA, game 2 tonight? Anything else? The Memorial? No, I guess college baseball, super regionals if you're into that. Okay. Got a jam-packed little
wrestling night at the Smokies tomorrow.
Wrestling night at the Smokies, okay.
Yep.
And then 6-7 night on Sunday. You going to be there at wrestling night, Bubba?
That's my goal.
Boots on the ground?
Yep.
Okay.
Bubba's hunting down that mask.
I want a wrestling mask.
Okay.
Maybe you have to wear it into the show next week if you get one.
See some pile driver pro wrestling from Johnson City, Tennessee.
Maybe talk to Spanky out there. He's got a background in wrestling. Apparently, he's had a couple hardcore matches.
Does he know that I'm a deathmatch wrestler?
I know, that's what I'm saying. I was wanting you guys to connect. You guys could be a pretty good tag team, I feel like.
But what if you showed
I
up
think
to the game
I think he was at Carnes one time for a wrestling fundraiser.
Like I
you
said,
did your full wrestling
belt,
outfit, and then you just were only missing the mask for the game, and then you just complete the look while you're at the game.
That'd be pretty sharp. Oh, as he puts the mask on, it becomes a full on.
You got to have standard as a man.
Yeah, that's true. Don't do that. Don't wear a singlet, Bubba. You guys have a good weekend. Stay safe.
Hags.
You too, man.
That's the summer, Bubba.
Yeah.
It'd be hag.
Could have just said you have a good Saturday, Sunday.
Have a good hags.
Have a weekend.
Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.